The first day, we actually left my house because Bridget is so good. She's like, we're getting up early, we're leaving. So we got up, we left by, we were gonna leave at 6, but we left by 6:30.
That's good.
And so we got on the road and we made it to, we wanted to just get to Dumas, which was an 8-hour drive from my house. So we were so early that we stopped at Halliburton Canyon State Park and we drove around and looked at the canyon. And then we.
Oh,
made
you
it
don't need to
Dumas
do
at
that,
8:10.
Janet. I'll get it.
And then we got up, we went to bed and we got up again at 5. And we left at 6 and we were in Denver. It took.
Oh, that is your
Where
exercise.
was the place you stayed? Dumas, which is north of
Dumas,
Amarillo.
Texas, yeah.
North of Amarillo,
Mhm.
yeah.
So you come up 25 all the way to.
Then I came up 25.
Yeah.
Went to Clayton, New Mexico.
I usually stay at Clayton when I drive out to our place in southern Colorado, because I can't do the drive all of my days.
Where did you stay in Clayton?
At this old, it looks like they're from Gunsmoke.
Oh,
It's the Eklund Hotel, and it's on the corner as you go in from 412.
yes.
You hit it and then you go north on whatever
Okay.
highway that is, and then you end up at Raton and get
Oh, okay.
25. But it looks like some Gunsmoke, and it's apparently the only place to eat in town, because you have to get a reservation for dinner. It's just this old.
Is it
hotel.
nice?
It's an old hotel.
Don't
I mean, they may have some holes in the sheets and stuff, but I just love it. It's just right there. It is so cool. It's like the Wild West.
Yes, yes, we stayed in Dumas, but we weren't gonna stay in Downport. We said, oh, there's no place to stay in Downport. Well, when we got up to Downport, there's a brand new, beautiful Holiday Inn Express with like a civic, with like a meeting center and everything. I said, Bridget,
Cool.
next time we need to stay in Downport, because we ended up staying kind of in an older hotel in Dumas that was just. Okay, so next time we're gonna stay in, I think if I come up
Stay in
and I wanna
Downport.
stay,
Yeah.
I'll just, I've got to keep going through Amarillo and stay in Downport. It's right on the road. And it's nice.
Yeah, and then it's not a bad drive in the next day.
Right, right, because you're already in Downport.
Oh. Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, I don't know if anybody's, I don't know if anybody's even gonna join by Zoom.
No, I was with.
Well,
You're not zooming today.
yeah, yeah, we're zooming today
Oh,
too.
I didn't know, I thought it was.
We're Zooming today, but I'm doing it even if nobody signs in, so that Ann will have a recorded document that you can
She's
use your
doing it,
minutes
not
by.
me. So it will be recorded.
You're going to.
It's
She's gonna
recording now.
record it.
Okay.
I'm recording all
I'll be
afternoon.
careful what I say.
Well, you're the only one that will ever probably
You're the
sign in to look at it.
So you will be privy to the information. Nobody else is gonna.
Thank
you.
I appreciate that.
Well, it's just easier. I had a meeting that I had to go to, it was a HOA thing in Southern Colorado, and I had the Zoom thing so that people could dial in, but then when I had to take the minutes, it was
Oh.
wonderful to be able to go back and play it back and see
Yes.
who said what, you know?
That's good, yeah.
Worked
It
out
is
nice.
very nice to be able to. So y'all, the first is gonna be long range planning, right? Kitty, you're gonna be, okay,
Yes, ma'am.
we still have time, I just.
And I'll turn around to face you, Kitty,
Right.
in case.
Do you want me to move somewhere? Do something? Good. Thank you. Thank you.
And you know, Lucy doesn't know if she's gonna join us. She was gonna join us, but I talked to her earlier, like about an hour and a half ago.
No, she-
Before I came down,
Yeah.
Janet, she's going back, she's in a lot of pain today. She's going back to the doctor. She said her appointment was supposed to be next week to go back for another shot. She said she can't take it.
She can't wait another week. Wow, that's too. bad.
What is wrong? What is is it back?
What kind of pain is it? What kind of nerve?
Like a nerve pain. I don't know, like, did I talk to her or email? I don't know, probably email just to, and she said, because about the contract and stuff, you know, I didn't know what I was doing, so she's been really thoughtful. And we've been emailing, but she said she's just not able to come to this. She just got back from the doctor, had what's the thing?
Epidural.
Yes, which is miserable.
She said it worked for a while, but now it's not working.
Right, and calling it 3 of them. A
Really?
Friend of mine did that. She was in San Francisco visiting and they have a place up there. Immediately came back to Chevy Chase, saw her doctor in surgery. She just had surgery.
Oh my
They can't give her any more shots.
Wow.
Really?
She's better now.
You could, to 3's the limit.
They won't let you do more than 3 a year.
I heard that.
I don't know if it's a cortisone shot or what it is, but they don't want you to have more than that.
Oh, yes.
Are the trash cans right there, Janet?
Can you
Uh,
pick this up?
But
She's working downtown. So she picked this up after work and moved into her house. And then had dinner and my sister was there and.
What did you want?
His daughter.
Right here.
And the
How's the baby?
baby
was outside.
beautiful,
Chocolate.
but he doesn't like me, but that's all
He
right.
doesn't
He only likes his mom.
Well, that's,
So I'm gonna have him all weekend, so you better like mom.
he'll start liking
He's
it.
gonna like me.
He's gonna like you.
He's gonna be, him food, yeah.
Yeah, you
He's
feed
9
him.
months old, he
love on
loves
him.
to eat. This is good.
He loves to eat.
Yes, makes it happy. He must be one of my children love to eat.
I love to eat too, but that's.
was a good eater too.
It's crawling and starting to cruise just a little, you know. It's a stage, you know, go one thing from another. So we're moving on. But it's-
My niece, they had a baby who is now a little over a year, and they're doing something called baby-led feeding. Have y'all heard of that?
What's that?
No, what is that?
Baby-led feeding. My niece is not Hannah, this is another niece, is a nutritionist.
Tell me about this.
Well, my sister is like, I've never heard of something.
Yeah, well, me too, yeah.
And apparently, it's like a craze, but Bridget thinks Bridget McConnell is just something like. Apparently, you just put food in front of the baby and they just decide what they want to eat. And they just grab it.
I mean, she put mozzarella cheese, she put corn chop and empty corn chop.
Yeah.
Just to come, you know, with corners were
Right.
off. And some other things, and then he just sat and took this, but he loved that corn chop.
Well, that's good, but this, my niece's baby, she just like. Makes a big, she does it differently, but that must be good, so the baby will eat just food, table food.
Anything that, it's not, we're doing anything, right?
Yeah.
I mean, it's just not done. Something.
Well, like
The first company.
cook it.
The first
Yeah, there you go,
company.
yeah.
And, you know, they did all the trademark work for Gerber Foods.
Oh.
Who did that?
The first Sands and Sands was the first.
Oh, well, yeah,
Trademark.
yeah.
I mean, look at that,
Right.
right, right.
So I guess it's all maybe let, I don't know, but my niece. No, she just has the biggest mess, they put like this rubber suit on her and she just makes a mess everywhere and she.
Oh, my
She just grabs from anything.
How old is she now?
A year.
Oh, my God.
But I've seen those bibs, they have like little shelves. of-
Yeah.
Yes, that's what he wears, a rubber bib, and it's got a shelf, and then you go in to pick up the food that he
Yeah.
drops. And then when he doesn't eat, the dog has.
There you go.
The dog-
Somebody I know, they gave the bib to the dog.
Yeah.
That's good.
They were going.
That's
Well, I
good
have
that
to
you
go
like
where there's
eat.
an outlet so I can plug this in.
There's, is there one behind me? Yeah.
Yeah, there is. The one over there is not an outlet.
There's one on the side there under the phone or is that?
Nope, nope, that's a phone thing. It's not an outlet.
Okay.
There's no outlets in
Here's this one down there in this bag. I didn't look at this bag yet.
We were sitting in
I just don't want it to lose its power. Oh, the-
Oh, candies, how cute. And it's got pieces.
It was somebody.
What's this?
Yeah, walking by and just.
Yes.
Oh, everybody-
Is Julia
Those
Vega?
socks?
Socks.
Oh, how
Oh,
cute.
yoga socks. Oh, you
Yoga
do yoga?
socks, that's cool.
Yoga socks.
Oh, yeah.
Well, you know,
Oh, that was another bag.
that is a bad.
Oh, it's a
Yeah,
bag.
no,
I love that.
I know, I love those yoga socks. I
This
ordered those
is
on Amazon.
cute, yeah.
So we can wear them and, oh,
I'm moving this, so.
Do you want help? I wasn't paying attention. I was too busy playing with my yoga socks.
I'm arranging it so we can get it recorded, so we can see their.
So you want me
faces
to
instead of-
give, I made an agenda, what we're gonna cover, but I also did a report for what we
that's great.
did, so I don't know
So
which,
it's time to
where you
start.
want me to start, I don't know.
It's almost 1:30. Do you want to start? Are we not?
Is anybody online yet?
Nope, just us.
Okay, well, we'll wait a couple minutes. See if
Okay.
Anybody else?
Yeah, they can probably hear you fine.
That's fine.
But you may want to look into it in case.
Oh,
The board action
oh,
request.
right there. Oh my
Do you have
God.
an agenda thing too?
Yes, I gave you in your folder, that blue folder, this blue folder, you should have the agenda and the report, of what we've done, and what I want to do.
I'm gonna open
What I
up
wanna do is
my
ask for money.
emails in case somebody tries to email me and say, you can't.
Yes, that's good, yeah.
Okay, can you, does this show you guys?
It shows Ann and I, that's,
Okay,
I don't see
that's good.
Jennifer, I don't know how to make it look for Jennifer. Does anybody know where
There.
my phone is?
I
How's
should get
that?
my emails on this.
Oh, yeah, that's good. She's in there now.
Okay, let me,
Oh, my phone's in my pocket, of course. I can't find it. Okay. I'm stuck.
oh, we're just gonna take this off.
I'm gonna turn off my phone. Just turn off our phones in case.
I probably want to approve your minutes too. Before you do it.
Thank you. Where are they?
Yeah.
Here they are.
They just do it.
Thank you, Anne. I need all your help.
First thing, you know, we get
This,
that.
this was, New Orleans.
Yes.
They should be
Yeah, I have,
in your folder.
yeah, I have, yeah,
Okay,
yeah, but I didn't see it on the agenda. so-
That's because I didn't put it on the agenda, because I don't.
Janet,
Right.
well, I just wanted you to know, sometimes on the American Lawyers, since you get stuff to our website, Noel will fix it where you will get. In other words, if someone has an email and it sends to our website, then you'll get it, and I think Noel gets it too, but sometimes, like every once in a while, I will get a weird,
I think,
you know,
didn't
it'll
send
be
them
to
out.
us, but it'll be something weird, and it's usually like a weird.
Yes, it
Or,
You didn't send them out.
and so I just trash them,
Probably did.
and sometimes I'll just block them for good. So you may get those sometime, I just trash them or block them for good, I don't even read them.
Okay.
Alright.
It's weird,
Okay,
there's some weird people out there. So just so you know.
Just tell everyone to read the minutes.
Yeah, could everybody just take a few minutes to read the February 1 minutes for joint committee meeting of long range planning and
Yeah.
marketing? It's in the blue folder. I neglected to send them out because I never thought to, I don't know that I've ever done it.
It's in our folder.
The blue, not that one, the
And we're gonna look at the minutes first.
Yeah, we need to just look at those minutes and see if it, just take a few minutes to read them and approve them.
Should I have one of those folders?
No, because you weren't on the committee, I'm sorry. But that doesn't mean you
don't
can't have one.
enough, I don't have to have. I'll listen and listen to the minutes.
Well, we're not gonna really read them.
All right, I'll look at our, yeah.
It's because, yeah, I guess I should have sent them out to the committee for approval, but I don't remember doing that before you.
We,
It's
we
what-
We just sort of-
don't need it.
We don't, yeah,
I
they're
don't-
fine,
You're just-
they're fine,
Yeah, okay,
I'm reading them right now.
thank you.
And I wasn't there, but I wonder if I was there by Zoom.
You were,
I was on.
I'm
Zoom.
almost sure you were on Zoom,
Do I say anything about that?
Barbara, I'm almost sure you were on Zoom,
Okay. Well, I thought I was, but I don't.
Yeah.
I don't even remember.
I think you were.
It says present.
Well, yeah.
Yeah.
but I was second talk.
You may have been going in and out, but you.
Yeah. Okay, oh, there was weather problems, you were not
They
there
were terrible,
in
yes.
New Orleans,
Yeah.
that's,
So I know. I didn't.
well, that's what it says,
Joanne's coming
it says
to
other
see
members
you.
were not there,
Okay.
so you probably didn't. But I think you were on Zoom,
I think I set it up on Zoom, so.
yeah, so of course, yeah,
I probably-
you said,
Normally I put that somebody's up on Zoom, but this one I believe. is-
I just didn't think
Yeah.
about it, yeah. But basically, those are the minutes, and if you just wanna say you approve them, that would be great.
Okay, well,
They're
we know
kind of lengthy,
it
but
was a success.
Do I need to move for, just we need to move for approval or not?
do I
Just
do
for
that?
this committee.
Yeah,
I move for approval.
okay, I think it's
Second.
enough, do we need a second?
I don't know.
Who seconded?
I didn't vote,
Okay.
Jen, it's fine. It's done.
it's great, this is great,
Okay, we got through that.
got through that.
Perfect, sorry about that. Okay, now we do have, in your aqua folders, all these two folders going around. There is the Long Range Planning and Marketing Committee Annual Meeting minutes that, not minutes,
Agenda.
what is this? There's the agenda, and then there's also a report. And in the report, I request action, board action requested, because I'm going to ask for funding. But basically, this report summarizes what we did for the past year. And that was the National High School Mock Trial Competition was our big project. And we did that in Arkansas. And this is a summary of what we did there. And it just basically it says, we spoke at teachers and coaches roundtables. Toy brochures, Jurgen Scholarship brochures, and ALA brochures were included in the students, teachers and coaches swag bags. That's what they call it. Escorted in our job.
Joey's
I'm
here.
sorry. Oh, hi.
Can you hear us?
Can you hear me? No, she can't. She's saying no.
She's on mute.
She's talking, but I can't hear her.
She's on mute.
Are you on mute? I can't tell. Barbara.
On the right hand corner, no.
Let me see. Oh, it says something recording. That's-
No, it's recording.
Yeah.
Well, I can't adjust that because that's where she is.
Okay.
I'll text her and tell her we're trying to get.
That, you must be on mute.
No, I'm not. Can you
Oh,
hear me
there you
now?
are. There-
Yeah, I'm
Okay,
good.
okay, you're on now.
Okay.
Maybe adjust your screen so we can see all of you, your face.
that's good.
There,
Yeah.
okay, perfect, thank you. Yeah, if anybody else joins,
Dodie from San Antonio.
Okay, Dodie.
Dodie man.
Hi, Dodie. I'm Kitty. And I'm doing the report on the Long Range Planning Committee. And we're just sort of starting with that. And I know you don't have a copy, but I'll just tell you about it anyway.
Hi, Dodie.
Okay.
See
Hi,
Jennifer?
how are you? Hi.
Is there, and Jennifer's here, Barbara Smallwood and Janet Bullinger. So
Good.
that, yeah, so thank you
So
for
far, we've
joining
got
us.
more people coming in later, but this is who's made it so far. So thanks for joining us.
Thank you. Yeah, that's great. Well, we're talking about what we did this past year in the Long Range Planning Committee, which was to go to Little Rock, Arkansas for the National High School Mock Trial Competition. And the report that you probably did not get, but anyway, it's, we just talked about that and how we were invited to speak at the teachers and coaches roundtables during that meeting. And we had toy brochures and Jurgemar scholarship brochures and ALA brochures, which Noelle, of course, created because she is the multi-talented Noelle. And we passed those out and put them in the students and teachers' swag bags. Let's see. Our job was to escort the judges to the various courtrooms. There was 2 courthouses, and we took the judges to the courtrooms, and we stayed as representatives. We stayed for the trials, so we could witness the trials, and then we could collect the judges' score sheets at the end, and then escort them back to the hotel. That was our function. And we were also able to show these. They have colorful wristbands made up by Joette. You probably know Joette. And this is wristbands we were giving to the students, and they say, do they say liberty and justice for all, and the not national, and American Lawyers Alliance. And then on the inside, if you can see this, is the QR code, which took the student directly to the scholarship website. So that's
Wow,
big function.
very cool.
And we got a lot of kids that then
Yes,
apply
yes, we have.
Cool,
after that.
very cool.
But
Great
what
thinking.
we have are several left over.
Yes.
I have hundreds of them left over that we can use
Next year.
if we decide to do this again next year, which I hope we do. So that's basically it. We were also invited to the awards dinner and to the judges dinner. The awards dinner was held, the judges reception and dinner we were invited to, held in the William J. Clinton Presidential Library, which was very cool to do.
Mhm.
And then we're also invited to the awards dinner with the final night of the competition, which was a great, amazing event. It was a good time. The kids were amazing. I tell you, there must have been a run on blue blazers all over the country, because every kid there had a blue blazer, and the most polite kids in the world,
Oh, they were awesome.
They were amazing.
Sweet.
thanking us for being volunteers, thanking us.
Oh, that's nice.
It was a wonderful experience. And Anthony McMullen was the professor at Arkansas State University, and he's the one we were dealing with, and he was very helpful because we had never done this.
Mhm.
Hi there.
Hey, Regina. We're just giving a report on the National Mock Trial, Long Range Planning and National Mock Trial.
That's
Oh,
where we
good.
are.
I want to just turn my phone on. a sec.
Okay.
Sorry, I was in the
Virginia
walking
Campus.
tour just.
Oh, were you? Oh, good for you.
And they went over and it's a little longer to walk back, so I'm sorry.
Oh, no, that's great. Thank you for coming. Yeah,
Right, I'm just turning this off.
okay.
Oh.
And this, The students came from 46 states and Seoul, South Korea. So it was
Wow.
an amazing group of kids. We're talking about the national mock trial competition in Little Rock, Arkansas.
Yeah.
And a lot of us had never been to Little Rock, so that was a great,
Right.
it was fun. We had a good time. Yeah.
It is.
And the following ALA members participated, and they were Jennifer Benesh, Barbara Smallwood, toy chair, Mona Calvert, who's a very good friend of Barbara's, and she was wonderful. I wish she had come today, and me. So that was who was in Little Rock at the time. Let me see. And Anthony McMullen, the professor, as I was saying, was very excited that we were there.
Yeah.
And he's encouraging us to come next year to Wilmington, Delaware, where the national mock trial will be held there. So I encourage our ALA members to attend. And our goal was to advertise ALA. And I think,
We
and the
did.
programs, and I say goal met. So that was our goal. Now, for this meeting, we have an agenda that includes the board action.
And Kitty, can I add something to that?
Absolutely.
What
please
you just,
do.
what you did, Kitty did such a great job, y'all, of, getting this organized for the meeting with Anthony, and then we had a little meeting. Anthony was so great to meet with
He
us at a
was
time.
so good.
And the great thing about it was also, Kitty and Anthony had everything worked out. Y'all went back and forth. And
A
and
lot
I
of
mailed all the
emails.
brochures. I mailed the brochure statement, and then we mailed it to him, and then they stuffed it in all the packets that the teachers got. So our name got out there, and the teachers could apply for different things, the kids could apply. So we'll have to do that again, send the
Oh,
brochure.
absolutely, absolutely.
And the really wonderful thing was, and then of course we donated some money, the wonderful thing was they really, I felt so like they needed us, they appreciated
Oh,
us.
they
recognized
loved us.
us. I mean, I thought we were just gonna be like kind of in a corner somewhere, put on a little
We were
job.
front and center.
Wonderful.
We were out there getting our name out, and now I can't find the thing I brought, you know, the program.
Oh, I know the program,
Maybe, oh, maybe it's in this
I
one.
gotta find
This
it.
is my special program. Here it is. So this is the program that was published by
Yes.
the National High School Mock Trial Competition. Beautiful program. Yeah, I mean,
It was
I was
so well.
blessed that they did this. And then they have, we were listed because we're a sponsor. I wrote down the winners when I was there that night at the dinner, but I've also sent them out to some people anyway. They had different, so we were listed under, they have different titles of, according to how much you donate. And so there's superintendents, and then there's principals, and we were under teachers because we donated $2,500, which I think was well worth the exposure we got.
Yes,
Well
I think
worth
so
it.
too. We
So
got
that's
very
where we
good
come in there.
exposure.
And then this program also includes, obviously, ads for the other kinds of things, but pictures of the kids who were in the program. I don't know if you can see that, Jody. But
Yeah,
this-
that's cool. Yes, I do. That's wonderful.
And they had pictures of all the students who participated. And I think we said there were almost 500 students and approximately 900 coaches, teachers, and parents who went to this program to support their kids and encourage them. And the interesting thing is, we were surprised to find out it wasn't just the kids who got prizes because they were good attorneys or whatever in their mock trial. They had recognition for artists. So they had courtroom artists, and the pictures they did were incredible. I wish I'd gotten a picture of that, but I didn't. And then they had journalist awards for the kids that wrote up.
We're the journalists, right? That wrote
Journalists.
about the trial.
Yes. and
Wow.
They covered everything. I've never been to one of these before, so this was super impressive to me. So that was great fun. We had a good time. And as I say, I think it really helped ALA to become known, because we were allowed, or we were invited, I should say, to speak to these different groups. And as soon as I started speaking about, well, Jennifer spoke about American Lawyers Alliance in general, which was good. And then I got to talk about the scholarships and the teacher of the year. And as soon as I mentioned money, was it you that said, or somebody said, but as soon as I talked about money, they all sat up right away, because the parents and teachers, they want to know about money. So I told them about that, and we had more teachers, more students apply this year, like twice as many. I think.
Oh, yeah.
Than
for the
last year.
scholarship.
So we're thinking that the scholarship is a real draw. So anyway, that's the agenda. Oh, yes, and the ALA logo was included on the National High School Mock Trial Competition website. That's a lot to say, but it was included on their website, which got us out there. And it was also listed in the program. ALMers were warmly welcomed, and our participation was greatly appreciated. And I said the brochures, Teacher of the Year, Jergamar brochures were all included in the swag bags. And the 500 colorful wristbands, thanks to Joette, she was able to accomplish that. So we have those for next year as well. And as this one, the next year will be held in Wilmington, Delaware, May 2 to 5, 2024. That's my agenda and my report on the long range planning part. Now my motion, I think I can make a motion. I move that $2,500, that's what we did last year, be approved. Be approved for the Long Range Planning Committee to sponsor the 2024 National High School Mock Trial Competition in Wilmington, Delaware. And I further move on as well that an additional $500 be approved for any additional costs involved in this project. So that, I think I can make that motion, but I need somebody to second it.
I can second that. Thank
Oh,
you.
thank
I'm-
you.
yes.
Okay.
Yep.
And then we will present that to the board as a motion from the committee,
Yes.
as a recommendation,
Yeah, we're
from the
presenting at
committee.
Meeting tomorrow.
and with the meeting tomorrow, and then we'll see if they are excited about it as we are. So I think, unless people have questions, anything anybody wants to ask, we'll be happy to answer and see where we go.
Oh, I did have a little question.
Sure.
On the wristbands,
Yes.
I would love to know the resource on that from Joette because I'm loving that. Or if there's any way you could send me a few, I would like to get those to some of my educator pals.
Oh, yeah.
Especially, we will see a really great guy that's our TLA winner, our TLA Teacher of the Year winner. And of course, we'll see him at the October 1st meeting in Texas. So it'd be great to give him some of those to pass around.
How
to
many do
his-
you like me to send?
Well, you can either send them to me or just give them to her. Jennifer, don't you go to Austin?
Yes,
No.
I live, I'll be at the Austin meeting.
In October?
Yeah, just give them about 50 of them to Jennifer there for the Austin meeting in October, and then we can just kind of give them to Mr. Pumphrey's. Then he can pass them out at Clark High School.
Oh, okay, so you don't
Yeah.
need to mail it to you, Jody?
Either way. I mean, I'll be at that meeting, or you can bring them to the meeting. But
I'll just give them to you in October.
Jody, I'm not
Yeah,
sure. if
exactly.
I'll take you with me, because I have a ton of them at home. I didn't bring them all.
whatever works, whatever works.
I
Thank
could
you
just
so
send-
much.
I could just send them directly to you.
That would be great. You
I'm
can do
sure-
that as well.
Yeah, that would be, I don't think I have 50 in here. I
Yeah.
brought these just as a sample and to pass.
Well,
out.
I love that
I
idea.
love
The
that idea.
kids,
That's
That's
great.
a great
and the
idea.
kids will love them. And like I say, the guy at Clark High School, there's some incredible kids there that
Good.
he'll pass them around and they'll sign up.
Oh, good, because the next, it's a long way off, so they've got plenty of time to prepare.
Yes,
These kids
exactly.
found out like 2 weeks, 3 weeks before
That's
Right.
the scholarship was due. But fortunately, these kids have all been accepted to college. And so they had their letter recommendation, they had their SATs, ACTs, they had all the things they needed. All they needed to do was write an essay about
Right.
why civic education is important
Right.
in schools. So
Super.
they did
Okay.
it. So I'll be happy to send them to you. Thank you,
Thank
Fred.
you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
And I just asked, where do you have those made? Somewhere, somewhere?
Joette had them made, and they came actually from someplace in Florida. So
Oh,
I don't know the name of I should know the name. I have it in here somewhere. I could find it out.
Great,
Yeah.
Just wondered.
Yeah, no, I think, well, I should pass these around here. I don't need to keep these.
Yeah.
Pass them around so everybody can see them.
We didn't vote on that motion. We don't-
Right, do we get a,
Oh.
Thank you. Jody moved, but did anybody second?
I'll second.
Thank
Okay.
you, Barbara seconded, and we'll take a vote. All in favor, say aye.
okay.
Any opposed? Okay,
Great.
perfect. Thank you,
Thank you.
thank you. That was,
So,
Easy.
okay,
now we're.
before you said, I think I can make the motion, so I thought you were making the motion. and then Doty seconded it, then.
There it is. Personally, I don't know if I can make the motion.
Right.
As chair of the committee.
Since you're
I don't think I can. So Jody, we're
Okay,
gonna say you
Jody.
made the motion and Barbara seconded. Is that okay?
Okay, do you want me to make the motion?
Yeah.
Beth, Ann is good at following orders, following rules.
Okay.
I kind of get wishy-washy. That's great. Okay, so that's basically all I had to say about long-range planning, unless somebody has something else that they want to propose that we should do or follow up on.
Barbara, I didn't want to take one, I didn't think that's what she just wanted.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Just to look
It's
at
whatever
it.
you want, yeah.
I don't really need one yet.
Yeah,
I just, I've already seen
Uh,
it.
I've
seen them.
real.
I saw it.
I just wanted to show
Yeah.
where our money went. Yeah.
We
Yeah, I
also had wonderful deals while we were there.
Oh, we did.
Yes, go ahead, Barbara, you can talk that, because
Yeah.
we did not suffer.
We did not suffer. In fact, somebody recommended, I guess it was my friend that recommended the place that we ended up going to, that it was it took a cab.
Yeah.
Yes.
In the second floor of this building by the Arkansas River.
Mm-hmm.
And we thought, what are we doing? And you
Yay.
go up on the elevator.
Yeah, it's great. Nice to see you.
Video.
Thank you. Get your accoutrements.
Yeah, so glad you made it.
You've been driving?
How's Australia?
He's been driving.
Oh, they drove, they
We
drove.
drove.
Mhm.
You've been driving for days, haven't you?
We, as soon as I.
This is
saw
Mary Ann
that-
Ferris coming in.
Do you wanna sit here by me? I can move this stuff.
I'll have a hospital stay.
Thank you.
Oh, no.
Wait a minute.
You had?
No, he's fine.
It's
right
fine,
now.
okay. What happened?
He had radiation treatment 4 or 5 years ago. And right now they think prostate cancer. And right now they think his problem is from the radiation.
Oh,
He can bleed in his blood clots.
Oh, my God.
Sunday.
Sunday.
Oh, while you were on the road?
Oh, I was.
While you were, okay,
It's the radiation. So,
was he able to make the trip?
yeah, he's here.
Oh, good.
He's fine, he's just tired right now.
Oh, I bet, yeah.
And that was one less driver then too, because we didn't want him to drive.
Yeah.
Oh, so it's you and your daughter driving?
Yeah, my daughter's
Wow.
now trying to check us in.
Oh, you just got
Oh,
here.
we just got here.
Wow.
We didn't get as far yesterday as we should have got.
Wow, that's all
And
right,
this
yeah.
morning, she was arguing, she's a girl that's going to be late to her own funeral.
Oh.
If you're gonna be late anyplace, that's the place to go.
They'll wait for you.
But,
Do you want us to turn
we
this-
were arguing about when to leave, and I was ready to leave an hour before we left. But her phone hadn't switched over to Central Time, so she was calculating things on Easter.
Oh.
Oh,
And my phone had switched.
okay,
I
yeah.
knew how much time it would take for us to get here today.
Oh.
And so I would have been here an hour ago.
Now, does everybody know everybody?
No, I'm just trying to get Jody in on this.
Yeah, I can hear you, but I just lost the video.
Oh, I can't, I don't know what to do.
I don't know
That's
what I
like-
did. I hit something and I can't,
She lost her video.
She says she can hear.
well,
me.
I mean, I don't know what I did.
So we
Something
can
happened.
see
Let me,
you.
I'm just hang on. I'm just playing with it here.
Can't change that.
Well, we can see you,
We
Jody.
can see you,
That's
Dodie.
fine. Okay, I'm
Can't
going
see
back to,
anybody here.
I'm going back to join the meeting.
Can you hear us, Dodie?
Yes, I can. I'm playing with it, trying to go back to join a meeting. I don't know.
Because I need this.
Heck, what I did. Don't worry about it. Just keep going. It's
Well,
fine.
Well, you look down at the bottom of your screen and there's
Yeah.
a little thing that says video,
What's that?
little icon at the very bottom of your screen, probably to the left.
Well, it says Zoom up on the left-hand corner, but I'm not on, like, it doesn't look like, and in the, I don't know.
Is Dodie the only one that's?
I don't know. I just see a little fire thing.
I can put
I
this-
I don't think that's it. Because
Oh,
all I see are my usual Google things at the bottom. So it's okay. Y'all just go on and I'll figure it out.
Okay,
And
Yeah, I'm
then,
sorry.
as long as you can hear.
Well, if you need
Yep.
to log out and log back in again, do it.
I might have to do that. Yeah, I might have to do that again. Okay, yeah, thanks.
Cause we're gonna, yeah, we have a couple minutes. We're done, right, with the?
Yes.
So now we'll start the next committee.
Yes.
So Mary Ann is here, Ferris. I don't know, have you met Dodie? And have y'all met Virginia Sampson, who's from Austin? She's a board member. This is Mary Ann Ferris from what town?
Franklin, Michigan.
I love that name.
You've been on this, for how long have you been in the
Crazy.
ALA? For a long?
I'm not gonna touch it.
25?
Yeah.
Oh, she's been here long.
Yeah. And then everybody know, then we have Janet, Norma, I should have we should have introduced everything, I'm sorry.
No.
Kitty, and
Sorry.
Jennifer and Virginia, and then Dodie from San Antonio. So
Oh,
we've got.
okay, yeah,
this
San
little
Antonio.
group
I should
for
write
our
that down,
committee
San
meeting.
Antonio.
There's something wrong with those.
Yeah,
Oh, Jody, you look very nervous.
yeah, we're back and forth. Okay, so that's great, Kitty, thank you, great long range planning, and I'm excited that we are gonna.
Well, we're gonna present it to the
Present it
board.
to the
We hope
board.
they wanna go along with it. We just voted to do this national. High School
All right,
Contract
now I can see you again.
Little Rock this past May. okay, That we're gonna do it in Wilmington, Delaware, where it's occurring next year. And we just voted that, the committee voted to do that. We had to present it to the board for approval. So that's where we are.
And Wilmington's a good town because I think all the courts are right very close.
They're very close together. You got a lot of lawyers.
Right.
Wilmington is close
Yes,
to.
very close to the lovely DuPont Hotel.
Oh,
Yeah.
should we stay there?
You get a wonderful brunch there.
Yes,
Let's stay there.
Yeah.
let's do that. Let's work on that.
Let's work on that.
We just gotta get some approval first.
Yes.
Details.
I'm gonna unplug this
All
I
right.
am so excited that everybody wants to go back.
and move it over.
Well, we had such a good time.
It was. All right, so at two, we'll take like a.
Once
I'm so sorry.
you're going to present it to the board tomorrow, correct?
Yes.
Correct.
Yes.
Perfect.
Do we want to talk about the trial of the witness or we don't have time?
We got time, yeah.
You have a few minutes
Yeah,
before
we're gonna
the
talk
next
about-
meeting.
It was a murder.
The next meeting starts at two. We're good.
Yes. The murder trial was at the school board meeting.
Yes,
That's where the murder occurred.
Oh,
And it
yes,
was so-
in the hallway.
Oh, yeah, where nobody could see.
Yes,
But the victim and the murderer were members of the school board, at the school board meeting, and they left, and then one did not.
yes, they got into an argument.
Yeah, and it was interesting how they presented, it because they used gender neutral names.
Right,
So you would see one trial where the victim was a woman, not a girl, and the next trial where the victim was a man.
yes,
And the murder was this, and I was sitting at the awards day table, awards dinner, sat down with a family from Iowa, who their students actually won the whole contest, but I didn't know that at the time. And she said, this lovely lady, because she said, I'm so-and-so's grandmother, my granddaughter's a murderer. So it was just fun.
Well, what was interesting was, the second day, they switched.
yes,
So the people that were the prosecution the first day
That's right.
were the defense the next
So
day.
they had prepared both sides of the trial.
Yeah, that made it
Yeah.
really interesting, and how quickly they were able.
It was an hour trial, 2 hours.
it was limited, what, it was limited to 2 hours?
I think it was 2 hours, wasn't it?
One in the morning and one in the afternoon
Yeah,
for
like
2
a
days.
One trial a day, and ran about 2 hours each.
Okay.
And it was well done, they were well
They
prepared.
were,
And they had judges who were judges.
yeah, real judges.
Except for my husband, who all you had to do was be a member of the bar. He's not a judge, but he's been a member of the bar for 100 years. So they said he could
Yeah.
participate as a judge, and he did. We thought that was great fun.
Yeah, they had judges, and then who were the attorneys that were sitting in the attorneys that were on the jury? Right, those were attorneys, the people that were sitting in the jury
Yes,
box.
that's right.
Yes.
Like
Three of
attorneys as well.
Those
And
are
they
all-
all scored it,
Yeah,
and they were attorneys, and then they had like real judges,
And
and
real judges.
were the
Yeah.
judges, yeah.
in Virginia, you're probably, I'd love for you to go to turn attorney, because you could do anything, you could be the attorney in the jury box, see, we couldn't, since we weren't attorneys.
I was a judge at one of the mock trials years ago, not
Yeah.
this
You're
organization.
seeing that.
Yeah.
It's fun, it was fun, but I didn't imagine you're sitting in the jury box.
Yeah. Yeah,
Yeah.
you'll get to do that since you're an attorney, we couldn't do that, but we got to do the other stuff.
That'd be fun.
We just could be there and witness the whole thing. We couldn't
It
participate.
sounds like a lot of fun.
Oh, we
yeah.
had a great time,
It was fun. It was good.
it really was.
It was a good experience. Okay,
Yeah.
I'm not gonna take any more of your time because you're on to your next.
Okay, y'all,
Can we
so does
leave?
anybody need to take a restroom break or anything, or y'all want to start on the next meeting? All right, so Kitty, you're doing the
What am I doing now?
toy?
Toy? Where am I
You're
doing toy? I'm doing.
You're
toy.
doing toy, I'm sorry, you're doing toy, excuse me. Okay, so Barbara's gonna do the toy.
Well, let me bring it.
I'm not gonna take, minutes, does anyone want to take minutes?
No.
No, I'll send you my report.
I need that.
Yeah, Barbara's gonna talk about Toy Award, which is Teacher of the Year, so Barbara's the chair, so.
Okay, let me bring up the document that has that info in it. Oh, that's Teacher of the Year. Okay. It's tied with the car report just because the car funds it, but this is not my car report.
Okay.
We had several hundred emails and brochures. We sent out emails to everybody we sent out emails to last year. We got all the emails we possibly could. I sent out hundreds of group and I couldn't send them all at once because I was afraid it would bomb it. So I do it like 20 at a time and send them and send them and send them. And people who had applied the years before, sent them to them. Sent the information to Center for Civic Education. They will not give us the emails of their teachers, but they
But they did.
they didn't give us the emails, no. Not that, they did not.
Oh, well, I just looked them up.
No, they don't do that. So I think that's part of all this privacy stuff. So, but they did publish it in their documentation, in the newsletters that they sent out. So the information was out there. And we also sent it to former toy winners so they could pass the information on to teachers that they knew in their own schools. Last year we had 12 online applicants and some snail mail. This year it was all online and we had 18 applicants. And Margaret Settle did a fabulous job. What she does is she takes all this information, puts in a spreadsheet with the front sheet being the summary sheet, and then each individual sheet being the individual person with all the elements they're being graded on and what their scores were, and that transfers over to the summary sheet. So we get a summary page at the very end that tells us who scored what. And on the Teacher of the Year, it's not as subjective. It's all subjective because we all have our own biases and prejudices, but it's not as subjective as the scholarship because we don't have to ask them to write an essay or anything. So it's just kind of fill in the blanks. Our judges were Stephanie Whitehurst, who is an ALA member. And I think Stephanie was a teacher at one time.
She was a pharmacist. We
A
love
pharmacist.
her.
Okay, that's right. That's right. That's right.
President.
Yeah, she's a past president.
She really could wear a lot of hats.
Pardon?
Could be added on your list here. Not on.
Well, she's on the committee. Well, she's not on the committee. I just asked her to be a judge.
Yeah, she's multi-talented.
So,
Okay.
one of the other judges was Kelly Brown, who's a former toy winner, and Jacqueline Pope Brothers, who's also a former toy winner. And before, we'd always sent $25 gift cards to the judges, and some of them were law school professors and lawyers, people we could coerce, twist their arm and ask them to be judges. And this year I thought, let's kind of, well, I didn't do that. So I sent flowers to all of them and thanked them for, and that would last longer. You know, $25 gift certificate, what are you gonna do?
Yeah.
So, yeah. So I sent flowers to him. And Deborah Jarvis was the judge for the Lillian B. Jarvis Teacher of the Year Award. Deborah is funding that from her mother's estate. Her mother died, and Deborah wanted to be a part, when she found out her mother was part of the ALA or CLA in California, and then the ALA, she wanted to be involved in that too. So she wanted to join. And then she joined as a lifetime member. And then she was asking me, what can I do more? I said, well, you know, we have this Teacher of the Year thing. So she funds this Teacher of the Year Award, which is primarily for urban schools that do not have the affluent parents who don't have the money to provide the extra things in the classroom that the other teachers do. Because these other teachers all come from schools where they have terrific programs going on.
Right.
And so I picked, nobody applies for that specifically because they don't think they qualify. So I went through all the schools of the ones who applied and the ones who had the high, I think there were 3 who had very high federal funding for Title I schools. So I picked those and said, okay, Deborah, these are the ones that probably are going to qualify for what you're looking for. Sent those to her, and then she was the judge for those. And then she picked one. He cannot be here. His two-year-old and his 6-year-old or something have a birthday that on Friday. So he will not be here, but he is from Kalamazoo, Michigan. So Alice Gordon is going to introduce him. He's going to be on Zoom. So we'll get to see him,
Right.
and he's going to accept his award on Zoom.
Right.
So that's cool. And then for Deborah, instead of sending her flowers, because she is American living in Rome and working in Rome, and I didn't think I could send them overseas. Be a little hard. So she has a nonprofit foundation called the Rafaela Foundation. Yeah, it supports actions that embrace diversity to promote equity, solidarity, and well-being in urban societies and agricultural ecosystems. Her doctorate is in biology, I believe.
Yeah.
So I sent a donation to her foundation as a thank you for being the judge. The 3 awards, they're all at $3,000 each. So we had 4 awards this year at $3,000 each. And pardon?
Plus the travel expense.
And plus the travel expense, they get $1,000 travel unless they don't travel, and Rex isn't traveling. So we're gonna and this is something that we need to talk about for the Jurgemeyer, because I don't think we ever told either one of them, they would have travel money to come. That was not part of what it was not in the budget.
Oh, no. We need to talk about
It's
that.
not in the budget. So I told Sharon Chapelier is our treasurer. I said, take Rex's money that I don't know.
I saw. Yeah, she's here. She's here.
Maybe she's in the other
No,
building.
I told her.
Oh, I don't know.
She did. Maybe she doesn't. Why didn't she come to this one?
She's supposed to, she's.
No, she wouldn't come to Toy.
Yeah, she's gonna wait. She'll just wait.
She'll come to Carr.
She usually waits.
Yeah.
I don't forget about that.
Yeah, so Sharon and I talked, and I said, take the $1,000 that Rex is not going to spend because he's not traveling, and give that to Cameron for his expenses to come to
Right.
the meeting. So we need to put that in the budget for next year, travel expenses for the Jurgemeyer. We didn't even think of that. Well, and last year the gal didn't come, so it wasn't an issue.
And she did, except on Zoom, I guess.
Yeah.
But you're right, she was so many stuff like she was absolutely.
Everything was so good.
Yeah, so we didn't even think about,
The question.
yeah. So that's where we are with that. Now I'm hopeful, we talked about the toy award when we were in Little Rock. And talked about there were teachers who were there with their students. And we had some brochures from last year. And I don't think I'm even gonna do printing brochures again. I still have hundreds of brochures,
And
and
the love of those new ones too for teacher of the year awards.
probably.
Well, I think she was
For
in the
next year?
box. Yeah.
Well, I don't know where we're gonna do.
Noelle's not coming because she's in New York visiting her daughter.
She'd already planned that trip, so.
We planned it a long time ago, so we better go.
You picked one up, didn't you, Janet? Yeah.
Oh, I love those,
Okay.
but I don't know where we're gonna send them. We don't have addresses on these people.
Oh, yeah.
No, that's right, we just, we pass them out wherever we are.
We send them to schools.
We can, but they go in,
Oh, so we go to the principal.
I think they're beautiful brochures. You never know if they're gonna get there. I even tried,
Pick some and send it to the principal, maybe at a school.
What we've done now with the emails, we've attached the brochures, we emailed the things.
well, trying to find the principals, trying to find their emails.
It's
I
not-
tried to locate the principals of the schools of the teachers who won, so I could just let them know that their teacher won. It's almost impossible because,
Put the principals on the school website. Cindy.
no, they don't.
No.
It's a privacy thing.
Yeah, no, but it is, when you're trying to do something good.
That me?
No, that's me.
Oh, okay.
It's my granddaughter. So that is it for the toy. We just need to find a way to get more. We have had excellent applicants. In fact,
The applicants are really good.
They are.
It'd be great if you get more.
last year they were all part of We the People. And I
Right.
think this year, most of them were. I'm not sure 100% of them were.
They do apply because we get,
Yeah,
that little in there, and I do talk to Donna Phillips, my sister, she lives in the city. And
oh,
I was
okay,
gonna get together with her, we had this appointment, she found out she had this big project coming up, but we never got to that.
okay.
But she's.
Well, that'd be a
very nice.
good way to,
But,
yeah.
She did send us some, she said maybe names or something, I don't know what she said.
Did we would talk about all the teachers that we met at the mock trial, they all know about it now, but.
We announced it.
late.
It was too late for this year.
So would Anthony send something out to them as a chorus?
I
or
don't
that
know,
might not be, that might not be too much.
I don't know if he has their actual.
Yeah, that's true.
Well, and I don't know that he's the one coordinating for next year. He,
No, he's not.
he coordinated this because he's in Arkansas.
Right,
It's Daniel Hadley that's doing it in Delaware,
yeah.
and because Anthony has said, you need to get in touch with him. And
If you can get in touch with him, then we can get in touch with him and then we can, okay.
Yes, he already met us and he wanted us to come
That's
back.
right, that's right, Daniel, yeah, so he wants us to do something, so we met him, it's just a matter now, because it's not today, it's a matter of trying to,
Yeah, but the deadline for this stuff is in March,
I
so,
realize that.
so we need to get that out.
Yes.
Most of them apply the last week in March or the week before the deadline. I know, I get so nervous. They're not gonna apply, they're not gonna apply, and then all of a sudden, boom, 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 boom.
Teachers the same way, everybody's the same.
Yeah, they were to the end.
We're busy, I think we could stop.
Think about it, I'll get to.
Yeah,
Yeah,
That's it.
so that's my report.
well, you did a great job getting people to apply. I mean, we had more applications this year, so that's good.
We did,
Did you want me to give the Wells report, the Jurgemeyer Scholarship? report?
yeah, because I don't have that, yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
well, I know I have. but
I have it and, I
do
have a couple of extra copies if anybody wants it, or you can get, but you want a copy for you if anybody. I thought I thought, you don't need, okay,
I'm not gonna.
Yeah.
Well, maybe I can.
Well, okay.
I'll get it back.
Yeah, I think we're so lucky, we had so many wonderful, she said 65 applications, I didn't know there were that many.
Oh, yeah, because I went through and we read every single one of them.
And last year was what, 29 or something?
Yeah, it was huge.
Twice as many, and I think it had to do with that little rock being there.
It could be.
And talking to these kids and saying, Peter, what was this?
Yeah.
But one of them said it was interesting. Not everybody was seen.
Right.
And I went up to this one. and said, "Oh, this is interesting." And the teacher said, no, she says, oh, we'll keep it for 2 years. We can't change this.
Right.
And that's $10,000.
10,000.
It's a big deal.
Yeah, that's real. neat. So it's no Wells report basically is, we received over 65 applications, doubling the amount from last year. And here's an interesting stat. Applicants came from 24 states, with New Jersey and Florida having 7 each. College standouts, Harvard 3, Yale 1, UC Berkeley 2, Dartmouth 3, Stanford 2, UVA 2, Duke 2, Georgetown 1, MIT 1, UCLA 1, and Johns Hopkins 2. I mean, these were much less schools.
These kids were, these.
Oh, they were so super.
Oh, their essays were so good.
Scores from the top 10 applicants, SAT, 1582 out of 1600, 34.7 out of 36 with the ACT. So, I mean, these kids are so random. To match this number of applicants, I'm gonna read her report. To match the number of applicants, Margaret Settle put together a scoring rubric for each applicant that allowed us to score 4 different criteria: law-related activities, honors and achievements, quality and essay, and standardized test scores. This rubric contained links to each applicant's documentation that has been uploaded to the website. The best possible score was 40. We combined all the scores from each member of the committee, which resulted in a super score for each applicant. There were clearly 7 top applicants. It was interesting, there were 7 and then they dropped.
Yeah, because we did have some that were told, we were like, okay, no.
Yeah,
But, you know, I'll be right back. I'll have to take this.
Which she missed. There were clearly some, the committee met via Zoom call and discussed each applicant at length. Thoroughly. It was a tough call with so many terrific candidates and anyone didn't really do the next level. There was one who stood out from the crowd. That was our winner, Cameron Reckard. I don't know if it's Ricard, it's Reckard. I don't know how to say it. Reckard. From Wyoming, Sheridan, Wyoming. Yeah, cool. His accomplishment, essay, and academic record are outstanding. And this is what he's done. We'll be attending Harvard this fall. Perfect ACT score of 36, GPA of 4.49. 2023, he's a U.S. presidential scholar, class president, sophomore through senior years, salutatorian, award-winning model UN participation, We the People state champion, speech and debate champion, Benjamin Franklin Transatlantic Fellow, and United States Youth Senate Program. We're thrilled the Cameron will be joining us on Friday at the board's breakfast. Secondly submitted in the
I'm glad he's coming.
I'm excited to meet.
And last year it was a lovely girl from California.
New Jersey.
New Jersey,
yeah.
Sorry, I knew it was one end or the other.
This guy is cheering, so we're excited to meet him, and we did invite him to dinner Thursday night.
Mhm, but he-
I did.
Why he had plans, he's going to start us so late. And this kid does not stand around doing nothing.
He is, yeah, he was really excited, yeah.
Well, and the thing too was, it seems like last year we had mostly girls applying, this year we had a lot more guys.
We did, yeah.
So it's good to see both, you know, guys and girls applying.
Well, and what I also liked about it this year was we had a lot of students who had award, just tons of awards. And we really felt like we didn't want to be a drop in the bucket to every, you know, all this other monies,
Yes.
these other monies that somebody might have. We wanted it to make a difference, to really matter to a
Right.
student. So I think we're going to probably focus on that a little bit more next year. Because we didn't really come to that discussion until pretty far into the judging process.
That's true. Like you're saying, all these other awards bring funds.
Oh, yeah. Well, so one of them listed all the monies that they had gotten.
Oh,
Yeah.
What is that? Scholarship to you again. I
Yeah.
mean,
Well, he doesn't need our $10,000, you know?
You know, so it's like, well,
Yeah.
maybe he didn't work, but $10,000 at Harvard, I mean,
Yeah.
that's great.
But he'll probably be,
Yeah.
he'll probably be working too, I'm
Yes,
guessing.
I think it will.
I get they get a lot of scholarships in these places. They get huge foundations as I.
Oh, endowments,
People
yeah.
don't pay a huge
They do,
chunk. They're expensive. They take a lot
but
of
they
people.
do,
yeah.
and this kid would probably be one of the ones who got.
Yeah, I read that they come out with an average of only like $13,000.
Is this endowment?
Yeah, because there's so many.
There's regular? Yes, y'all,
Yeah.
Mary Ann Ferris had a question.
Is it endowed? I know, are they going to be presenting it every year because of? an
So
endowment?
far.
It is, yes, as far as we know, it's an annual $10,000 scholarship.
From
That from,
the Jurgemeier.
Jurgemeier.
Yes, the Jurgemeier Foundation.
Endowed, so it will continue.
Yeah.
That's our hope.
That's what we understand.
That's the understanding, whenever the Jurgemeier Foundation.
Yes.
Because we get the money from that foundation, right?
As the word gets out about $10,000, it's, you're going to get more and more people.
Well, that's why I tell them,
Right. And you know, I'm feeling, talking about this, it's good if they let us know. I like it that some of them let us know, I already got this scholarship, this because when Will, my older one, who, was my adult since he was born. Cause Steve and I are both babies of the family and Austin is the baby, so Will's like the grown up in the family. So he was valedictorian in his high school, and then he applied all these colleges. And he got the National Merit Scholarship, he got the, and then, but Duke was like, they gave him a little bit, but there's so much competition at Duke. And it ended up, a lot of the like local scholarships and scholarships he applied for, they just assumed he had all these scholarships.
Yeah.
So he was like, Mom, I'm gonna give you these scholarships that I applied for. And, which was fine, I mean, thankfully Steve and I were able to help him fund it, and it was fine, so it wasn't like, I was glad, I said, well, you know, Will, there may be other kids who don't have anything.
right.
So, but it was a little, so sometimes, so I'm glad when they let us know, because sometimes you assume, oh, they're probably getting all these scholarships. But they may not, because you just never know. Now, if Will had gone maybe to a Texas school, he probably would have gotten a better
Oh, yeah.
scholarship.
Yeah, for
But since
sure.
he decided to go to Duke,
And
that's a whole different ball of wax.
And they're,
That-
they have applicants from everywhere.
Everywhere, and everybody's
That's not like state.
valedictorian. So it was
Yeah.
kind of like, they basically, like Steve said, they said, you can come. You know?
Yeah.
It was like,
We broke my oldest son, she got into MIT.
wow.
And this was years ago, and the parents said, well, how many money, you know, well, they said, if we gave money to every kid that got to MIT, every kid would get it. Because they're all
Yes.
students.
Yes, exactly.
Right,
Yeah, Will just got a little bit, and then he had the little National Merit, gives a little scholarship.
right, she might have that, I don't know.
But so I'm glad when they let us know, because some of the kids, they get a whole lot, but you just don't know, you know, you just, you know.
And we really shouldn't judge it on that, if you're gonna do that, then you need to know what their financial situation is.
Well, do we know that?
We don't ask.
We don't have, well, I guess we shouldn't get into all.
Because that's a whole nother ball of wax.
Well, and I think a lot of them do apply for the, what's it called, FAFSA?
Yes,
Yeah.
A lot of them do apply for that, and that is based on income.
And that is-
yes, that is.
So if they don't need it, I mean, if their parents are making a ton of money, they're not gonna apply.
It's just hard to
But
know,
anyway,
but
we
anyway,
had a very good winner, and he's adorable. He
yes,
sent a picture.
he sent a picture.
Yeah. It's a cute little kid.
Yeah, Okay.
What's the Jogama Foundation? Do they put any kind of things on like Dundas?
Yeah.
No, they just gave it to us and said, figure it out.
This
Yeah.
was, the daughter of Jan.
Right,
Nancy
right.
Clark,
Nancy Hart,
is the administrator of her mother's.
the mother's trust and all that.
And that money had been sitting there for a while, and nobody knew what to do with it. And so they came to us and said, you know, we have this money, what do you all think you could do with it? That's when we said, no. And came up with the idea of a scholarship. And that's
Yeah.
how that came in.
Yeah. And Nancy loves knowing, we always let her know. Do we let her know yet who won? I think Noel did.
Noel probably did.
I need to make sure, because Nancy likes to keep up with. I better make a note.
She's following us.
I think she sent her the information.
Did she? Okay.
Well, I don't know. It seems like I remember she said that,
Yeah.
and we never know.
Yeah, how did Ruth Meyer find ALA?
And she was a member of the Indiana
Oh,
Lawyers Group
okay.
and a member of ALA.
Yes.
And so she had the two things going for her, but that was just her.
Yeah.
I talked to somebody from the Indiana group of Gunma, and he knew her. And I think Kathy Barber knew her.
Oh, Kathy
Oh,
probably
Kathy
did. Yeah.
But she's been for quite a while. I think. So, that's why this money is sitting there.
No.
Okay.
She said I couldn't get up in the room without that.
Oh, you have to.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I had a fun thing, they gave me a room, I got up there and walked in, and there was definitely somebody there wasn't anyone in the room, but there was somebody occupied.
Oh, no.
And I just kind of. I apologize. No.
Oh,
I happened yesterday, but anyway, they gave me a larger room.
Well, they should.
I really needed that.
Well, that'd be scary to come in.
There had to be some kind of problem with that, so.
Yeah.
Yeah. But that's what it said.
Okay, so anything else on that, or are we good? Anything else, Barbara? Any questions on Toy or Jurgenmeyer?
Is there any way we could, I know nobody said we didn't want to do finance, but is there any way we could target it to kids that this will, might not go without this, or even for vocational schools? Do we limit it to college, or do we kids get it for vocational?
That's one thing I think the Jurgenmeyer said, they have to be going to a 4-year.
Somebody brought up the fact that, that's part of the thing, has to be 4 years.
I think Jurgenmeyer said that.
That somebody asked about. it.
Yeah.
Are we talking high school students or those?
College, no, and seniors.
They had to be high school seniors.
And maybe a 2-year college. And I
Yeah.
think they said
Had to be
that
4-year.
It had to be 4 years.
Yeah, that's one thing
And-
that did
And I
stipulate.
don't think they can do a gap year.
Then no gap year.
Yeah.
You have to go directly into
There
college.
are a few restrictions from the Harv family, from the Jurgenmeyer family.
But they don't have to be going into law.
Yeah, they don't have to be.
So there's no requirement, but the essay they write is how is the law related education affected you sort of thing. And you'd be surprised how many of them there are quite a few that just took quotes from different
Yeah.
judges or whatever. Yeah, they didn't write anything original, and the originality of Cameron's was so good.
Where-
Certain school students are going to medical school.
Where is all this information? Is on our website?
Well,
Not their applications, their applications are,
What's being in it? Where do you find all that information? I want-
what's in the application?
No, if I wanted to read about this Jurgenmeyer.
Oh, you go to the website
Okay.
and it's on there.
And back to your question.
Under
I don't
awards.
know how we
Okay.
would do, I mean, can we ask finance question? I don't know how we would,
No.
like, if we want to try to target someone who knows may not be able to go.
I think that would be a legal question.
Yeah, I don't think you can.
Privacy.
Trying to.
If it's a personal scholarship, you can ask whatever you want. But you can't ask where you're black or Asian.
Right.
But, I mean, income is not, you're not discriminating against on the basis of income. I don't
Yeah.
think you could ask race or ethnicity. Well, they do ask ethnicity, but I don't think we want to ask that. I
Right,
just wonder if
right.
we could
Yeah.
Figure out people under a certain income level, who this for kid, this may make the difference when you
How-
know you're not.
How about if you ask if they've applied for FAFSA? And if they have applied for it, that means then that means
I don't see why.
I don't know.
Or a state-sponsored scholarship, they have to be more careful, we're a private organization.
Right.
The things don't apply to us like they do to state-sponsored government entities.
Oh, could we ask, have you applied for any other funding? Or any other scholarship, or, but FAFSA might be easier.
Right.
I think FAFSA is easier. It's just
Yeah,
one
that
thing.
would- That would be good, then we'd know right away. Right.
Yeah,
Well, sometimes you can tell from their essays that there's, you know, they're not coming from a lot of money. Or the schools they go to, the schools are coming from. I mean, some of these private high schools are paying tons of money, so you know that.
Well, some kids go to scholarships on those too, though. so
That's
it's a
true.
little-
That's true.
I mean, we would never guess somebody from Sheridan, Wyoming was going to Harvard. I mean, really.
Well, just because
Yeah,
they've
for sure.
applied doesn't mean they're going to get those scholarships either.
True.
Right,
But FAFSA means I need funds
right.
and that my
Yeah.
parents don't make enough money.
Right. Cause if they make over a certain amount, you can't
You don't get
apply.
anything, yeah.
You can't apply.
It has to have a certain income.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Those.
Yeah.
FAFSA has to be.
I don't remember what it is now, but
But I think the idea of really making a difference to somebody as opposed to somebody that's gonna go anyway, not that it won't be hard, but you know what I mean.
I know.
It can make the difference between going or not.
yeah.
Income?
No, we don't.
Because maybe
We
they
don't
don't
ask
ask
anybody, not at this time. That's why we were thinking,
So you're basically.
if we wanted to kind of find out. if
Tuition
they
and
kind of
books.
Needed it, we could ask if they applied for FAFSA, because it would instead of like a FAFSA, parents have to make a low.
I don't know. that's
So-
fine.
No, I think you're right.
Yeah.
I think you're
So
right.
Without getting too personal, we could ask that, I guess.
I think that's a good question though,
Yeah.
Barb, and I'm getting that. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's simple.
Yeah.
Okay, and we'll add that to the minutes. And make sure you get in the minutes that we're gonna consider adding FAFSA to the application for the Jerkemeyer Scholarship. Oh, okay.
Yes, yeah.
Well, it'll be in the recording. It'll be in the recording.
Yeah, a lot of times they do too.
It's somebody's gonna report it tomorrow.
But I think what.
Yeah.
I think what she was
Okay.
saying, is someone couldn't go unless they get money. Looking at that. So, but I agree, I mean, it's hard to me, it's hard to tell unless you ask more questions.
Yeah, I mean,
But I mean, and we wouldn't necessarily, I mean, if we had someone that was super qualified and said, no, but I'm not getting any other funding, well then, you know, we
It's
could,
just more criteria.
it just gives you more information, I guess, to look at.
so how would you say, are you applied, did you apply for FAFSA or are you getting scholarships?
Or just yes or no? Have you applied for FAFSA?
Cause the other kid listed all the scholarships, he get nothing.
But did he just list them himself without anybody asking him a question?
Yeah,
He didn't
correct.
ask for it. He listed it on his resume.
This one child, and this one there right now.
Yeah, sounds great. I'm looking forward to meeting.
Well, no, this kid didn't apply, he didn't
No,
get.
he didn't list all his scholarships.
No, no, he has some reports
Oh.
He just listed his awards because they had to list all those on their
on the resume.
application, on their resume.
Okay.
Okay, so I love that we have this money for scholarship. I just think it's one of the really wonderful opportunities we have.
Use it the best we can. Yeah.
Well, and you know, then, like this we reported on last meeting, but then they asked us, well, how about other educational things, you know, help us come up with other ideas, and so when we met, and Stephanie was the head of that committee with the horrors and with that,
Right, we.
Remember, we did, and then they were like, we had all these great ideas,
And she submitted them, submitted all these ideas, and we said, no,
we thought they wanted us to actually help and give ideas,
this was.
and then they were like,
Yeah.
and then they met us, and they went, oh, no, thank you.
No, they said, no, never, we wrote these wonderful.
All these ideas and other things we could do. But most of you don't have the scholarship money, so I'm grateful for that. I'm grateful for that, so,
We're grateful for it.
yeah. Yeah, so, anyway, all right, does anybody need to take a break before we go to the next committee? Are we done with that, y'all?
Yeah, now the car is technically in 3, right?
The car's at 3:30, the nominating, but we don't have anyone here from nominating committee, do we? So,
Wait a minute.
Carol Lance and
Cheryl,
Kim the
Yeah,
Buffett are
Cheryl.
not here.
we started breakfast.
sure, she was
Well, what time? Which one is she coming?
coming. 3:30.
It's not 3 o'clock
That's
yet.
3 o'clock.
Fuck it.
I really didn't know what one I was supposed to.
Well, you're always welcome.
Oh, because you know what? She'll probably come for nominating at 3 because we're just early.
Wait a
We
minute.
thought Toy Yergemeyer was gonna take till 3. and it's
Oh, no,
2:30.
Yeah, we got 30
So
minutes.
y'all want to take a real quick question break, or do y'all want to do the car, or do y'all want to just?
Well, you just go. You're correct.
No, I say let's take a little break.
We have to have
We can't do the car because the other people aren't here.
Oh, that's right. Sure, that's right. So why don't we take a little break?
Take a break.
Take a break and we, yeah, and then we'll do nominations. You know, we've got cookies over there, y'all, from Texas. We've got candies. Oh, and let's talk about dinner tonight. So. We always have to eat. So.
How dressy is it?
How dressy is this place, Barbara?
I don't know. I didn't make the reservation.
Joanne, I think.
Joette,
Yeah. Made the reservations.
Tara.
She's supposed to be here.
she's on the plane
She
right now.
said she's
Oh.
coming late.
She's on the plane.
Okay.
Cause she had to wait on, she had to wait on Gary.
Oh.
They had to go, I mean, they had to fly together and he had stuff going on.
Oh.
So-
okay.
Everybody, let's meet. I don't know how dressy it is. You know what? Let's look at the website.
Let's go to the website.
You go to the website.
Well, this
Yeah,
is
and
Denver.
it's not dressy.
Denver's not dressy, yeah.
My sister told me, she goes, don't, you know, because my sister had to help me pack because I was so not ready when she came to my sweet sister came to my house Sunday and we loaded the car and she goes, okay, where's your suitcase? And I said, it's not. So I started throwing all this stuff. She goes, you don't need that. You don't need that. Denver's not dressy.
That's what they tell me.
I don't wear our dresses would be our.
Our breakfast.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That's what I brought a dress for,
Right.
a nice dress. So y'all, let me look.
Tell us, it shows some inside pictures.
What's the name of the restaurant we're going to?
Tara.
Tara. Terra.
In American West.
Tara Denver.
About. Learn about our story.
Website.
What is it? Find American
In
West.
other words, my husband just nobody wears a suit.
Oh. I don't think.
Tara,
that's-
I don't think you wear a
I don't
suit.
think you have to wear it. Y'all want me to call and ask what the dress is?
They'll probably laugh at you.
Organic farm table.
Right.
Is the menu.
It's Dutch tree.
And we can order whatever. we want.
Call them just to make sure.
Ask if you're a-
Hey, Kitty, what's this? So tell me more, there's some civics thing, you're engaged in civics education. Or trying to promote civics education.
That's what we do. That's,
Okay.
well, we the people that's that knows involved, we do the leaders.
Oh, okay.
And that's their thing, Center for Civic Education. So I send out things to Mary Ann to put on the website, the teachers, actually. teachers and stuff.
American Words Alliance. and
but-
tonight, we were wondering what the, that's is for the rest
Stuff.
If you could please give me a call at
They have Project Citizen,
519.
they have all kinds of programs to bring civic education among students at the school.
No, we don't.
And,
Well, they may not be open right now.
Watch this number and get another.
Welcome to Tara. Check out our website to make reservations.
You know what? I think they just advertise.
Do they have any?
And they
It
promote
says they have
it.
no strict dress code.
Oh, you found that?
But smart casual attire is generally recommended.
Smart.
In other words, no jeans with holes.
There is no strict dress code. Smart,
Flip flop.
smart casual attire is recommended.
So.
Casual
attire. Casual. My casual attire is not smart, is it?
Yeah, smart.
It's gonna be smart, casual.
Yeah, really, it's a wonderful program, for these are working organizations, we've been around for a long time. And if they're for the Center for Civic Education website.
Oh,
And it's got, but I don't know that a lot of the schools, they provide, webinars for teachers, they provide, institutions.
They sit involved in things and also. Other things as well, and she's.
It's just art. All teachers.
Dee and Roger are just
Well, that's
so
great.
kind and
But
gracious.
Stan
They
is-
host a lot,
you know,
they give a lot, they're just.
It's one of the teachers choose the English part of the term to have a read about civics. I mean,
Yeah.
they kind of, they'll blended that so they can get their civics in. Because they don't know, the civics. They
anyway.
don't know the Constitution, they don't know the three branches of government, they don't know these things that we know.
No, I volunteer,
Year of it, when I was in high school.
volunteer at the Supreme Court. We get questions like, well, where are the other courtrooms in the building?
Oh.
Where's the witness box?
Yeah, right. This is out there.
COVID on the then anyway, but Donald Trump doesn't even know there's third branches.
Well, we know.
Oh,
He has demonstrated that. and
I
it's-
apologize if I offended anyone.
Doesn't offend me.
There's the executive, which is not a dictator.
They don't- No, nobody knows that.
Well, the Supreme Court's in trouble now too.
well, if they go
They
and
should
ask
be.
people in the street, when they go and ask people in the
Well-
street, what are the three branches, a lot of people can't answer the question.
Well, no,
Well-
they answer it in strange ways.
Yes,
It
yes,
has
yes.
nothing to do with actual three branches.
Yes.
No geography. My name's Virginia. and People say, how do you spell that? Oh, and I'll say like the state.
And
I'll
what
get,
state?
well, I would spell that.
I
I
just-
say like the state. They're like, well, how do you spell that?
Oh, that's.
Well, I just got a message that there's a shooter up on Capitol Hill. They closed Senate office. Yeah,
They closed the Senate gym?
yeah, they have to hide in place.
Oh,
You know,
no.
this is awful, because I was up there for, one of those. They used to have, according to the Virginia side of things, she used to have all the fines, in the finance service committee rooms on the hill.
Are those the
Senate.
Where do they go now?
They're in, down in Virginia, I can't remember the name, it's outside DC.
What is it?
When they used to have they have the Lead People program. And this is all the states in the line, you can come and compete, your state competes, you have to win your state competition. And then you win your state, you have to do the count. And they need
Yeah,
to be judged by a committee, not people on the hill, but people who know the law and civics.
At Northwest on 18th Street toward Wells.
Okay, so then, and they would have them up there, I was up there for one of the conferences one day, just listening to the kids talk, and the rest was. And I was looking at this box, this big rectangle box in the back of the room, I was sort of not sitting on it, kind of leaning against it, because it's crowded, you know, and then I said, "You should jump down." I said, "Well, what is it?" It's really gas mask for when the hill is on you.
Right,
And that was.
Well,
before Jefferson.
but now kids don't, there's no respect for the government, and so they don't want to be on the hill. They get blown up.
Well, there, I don't know, I think.
I don't sure he respect for anything.
No, there
I mean,
isn't.
I think we.
No man. There's no
I
respect.
think that's what was so amazing about him on trial. These
Yeah.
kids were actually polite, nice, clean cut. I
Right.
mean, you know,
But
it's
see,
very
that's-
respectful in America.
But that's why we don't want to hear about those things. We only want to hear about the roustabouts and the people who make trouble.
So, but they're out there and that's what made me feel like
Because-
good.
Well, that's why I stay at the court, because I meet people from all over the world,
You do.
and they're all lovely people, and they ask good questions, except like, where's the witness box? They have a lot to learn. And they don't understand.
Respect, I looked at the 2:45 a.m. Somebody had their toddler pounding, running, jumping.
What is this now?
2:45 a.m. Somebody had their toddler or something jumping on the floor above me, running around the room. at
What,
2:45 a.m.
what floor are you on?
8.
I'm on 8, I think the
Yeah.
toddler was next door.
You did what?
I think, I heard the toddler next door.
Yeah.
What room
It's
are
reminded
you
me
in?
of 803. Is that what, I mean,
I'm
I,
on 825.
no, this sounded like above me. You know, Yeah, the agenda. You conducting the meeting? No, Lord.
I think I am.
Maybe they were.
I left it at home.
I can go back to sleep.
Here, I'll come get it.
What do you
That
have?
lasted for about 10 or 15 minutes.
Well, see, there's no respect for me. And in my neighborhood, we have all the network and all.
Did I see
and all that.
East of
So I keep getting messages.
That was my,
Well, I called Verizon, they said they'd be here,
So I was reading.
they're not here, all
Send
of
it to
them,
me.
and this is ongoing, you just get one charge taken all that.
After she drives, she can bring them.
It was the Saturday, yes, she had it on too. But they just.
That's what to find the rest of it.
What's this? Oh, the Carmen. Okay. Well, times are changing, that's all. How old are you?
I'm beginning to know we get to use, but I don't have to really copy, so we can just note on the, that you could take a look at. If you're not on the call committee.
How
Kids
old?
are all adults. I've got grandkids.
Oh, okay.
My oldest granddaughter, I mean, I have granddaughter's 3. My oldest granddaughter's 15. Yeah, she's a nice. She's in the weekend stuff too. I called her about something because she's gonna stay with me this weekend. And I saw her and I go, well, I called you. Well, I know, I was in volleyball practice. Well, could you call me back or send me a text? I mean, you just never gonna do the comment, but I called. It's fine. I put it on, my daughter's like, it's a call, these kids.
Well-
If they call you back, respond to a text, I don't understand that, like,
Well-
somebody calls you, don't you say, hey, I can't get back to you, or, hey, I'll call you later, or.
Well, I have a friend, he was in California, he was teaching like that. Etiquette, because he said, in his experience, kids didn't know this is the knife and this is the fork and all this kind of. So he's starting with the basics and just going through general politeness.
Yeah,
And my parents would sign off and go, oh, that's boring, we do what we want to do. And he said, that was the answer, we do what we want to do.
why don't think people ever sit down and dinner together, that's one reason they don't. do
Right.
anything. And my grandkids are great, my son-in-law's tough, I mean,
Well,
my
that's
daughter's
good.
terrible disciplinary, but I mean, he is very tough. It's just they get to that age where they just, oh, I don't have to do it again. It's like, no, I want some respect. If I told you, I want you to call me back, or I want you to text me.
I don't have anything, so I'm not involved in that, but.
I said, I don't, you know, it's not a popular age. They don't like me because I say that, I'm fine.
But I have a friend who's in an unassisted living and she has a daughter and a son. And she always, they have grandkids, they have children, they never come. So why can't you set up like brunch once a month with your son and his family? Or, oh, well, they say they're too busy. And so it's like.
I think it's true, I mean, it's probably good for that. So, I mean, my oldest daughter has her kids in every school.
Yeah.
And so they're never available to do anything.
Yeah.
And I told her, I said, why don't you do that? I mean, this is fun.
No, well,
She
family.
tells me every day. I tried to do that. I said, let's get together once a month. Oh, I said, how about just the first Saturday of every month? We can't do that. We have this, we have that. I'm like, what's important? Your family or this or that? But then you just get too bitchy. So it just,
Well,
I just, I had to let someone go.
no, I agree, you gotta let go. of
Doesn't mean
because
you can't
they
go
only make you,
make
you.
Well, and also then you just, you're just bitching.
Right.
Okay.
And only why when you run the store, you keep on the music. The body doesn't absorb it.
Yeah.
Maybe take me out of this. The only place I found it locally is.
I like the water dispenser.
It's a nice one.
Anybody want a cookie?
I'm tempted. I think I'm about to eat a cookie. Y'all better at least take one home, take them to your room if you don't want to eat it now. Cause I have a wrap of individuals.
I always have afternoon tea.
You are the tea lady, I know that.
No, well,
Oh, I'm gonna go get a meal on my tea. She told me she could give me a free.
where did you get that
I got,
downstairs?
I go downstairs. She was real sweet.
I didn't know they have coffee shop. I didn't mean it down.
Yeah, there's a little coffee shop there where the little restaurant is.
You ignore the restaurant part and go to the market part.
Oh, okay.
I went down there and got a cappuccino and a muffin this morning and took it back up to the room. They're a lot cheaper than $24 breakfast, but
Yeah.
I don't either. Yeah,
No, I got a bagel and cream cheese and coffee.
yeah.
I ate it down there.
No, did you?
Tomorrow I'll bring it up.
Well, I was trying to get everything set, you know. Oh, and here's something from Cameron.
I'll bring it later. I just ate right before I got in there to grab a quick sandwich and then eat all day. So I'm not gonna be right. So it's all.
When do you go back?
He did the right thing.
Saturday morning. Yeah. I didn't. Black Friday.
Blue.
Yeah.
You can get yourself blue at the station. Train over the airport. It's free.
Yeah, I almost did that here, but then they said I couldn't tell me how far it was from Union Station to the hotel and luggage. So I just Ubered here.
Well,
You can Uber to Union from here.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah, I think it's just
Uber to
right.
Union from here.
Yeah, well, they said free bus,
Yeah.
but I don't wanna schlep suitcases
Well,
on and
yeah.
off the bus. I watched this lady this morning.
Oh, yeah, I
She had
don't,
a hard time.
yeah.
I don't know. I'm getting more back. I get lazy. My flight's not sure.
Ain't going to go all this because. Okay. And she said, I'm not playing off it anymore. Well, we miss Lucy.
I don't just finished the red bar, but Iowa.
Oh, wow.
I mean, bicycle rider.
Wow.
That, they were, the police were out, was hosing down the bike riders, they were gonna hose you down.
So it's hot there too?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Humidity and
Yeah.
things, the heat can be worse.
Yeah.
I don't know if you had seat stroke when I was young. My dog. And my grandson.
Oh.
It was two. I was going from Michigan back to university,
Oh.
She's a lawyer.
Oh, I didn't know Kay was a lawyer also. Oh, good.
And, she just has a huge working wife right now.
Oh, you've been harvesting nice and stuff.
We're going to Montana, on sleep whereas.
Do they have? They organize your.
They got some bike shakes for people.
Let's just sit here and talk.
In business.
Okay, so we'll let Cheryl lead the
my dog.
nominating committee. And then we'll let, you know what,
I'm leading car.
you're leading car.
Yeah,
Does anyone have a that you're on the report? I'm gonna make some extra copies just for that, the meeting tomorrow in case someone wants. Get one right here.
yeah,
Or
just
this.
take that, yeah.
I'm gonna go make some copies of this real quickly, and I will be right back, y'all. Where is the hotel key? So I get up and down the elevator.
Don't forget that.
Gotta get up and down, I'll be back. Okay, I'll be right back. Y'all, yeah, be sure and don't take this. Yeah, down there, way down there.
Is this room going to be ours?
Yep. I think for the whole time, yeah.
My bag of constitutions here.
I think you probably could, yeah.
Did you guys get company? That Chinese canvas. Oh, don't look at me.
Used to get out all these books and things, so I'm like,
You're involved in that.
I lost 2 days of, I was getting ready to come here, but in the hospital, we were staying with Bob for 2 days. Well, a day and a half.
What did they do while you were in the hospital?
Hydrating,
Mm,
hydration was the clue, it flushes out your system and
Yeah.
flushes the blood out.
So we,
Here.
did
Wow.
walk around with a big jug of water around his neck now?
Oh, but he did the right thing, he didn't wake me up when he started having problems.
No.
Saturday night, we were doing a project with the Lions Club.
Mm.
We were actually working pots and pans for having service
Oh,
in the community. And he kept running to the bathroom, which wasn't like him. And he said, I feel like I've eaten something wrong. I'm losing everything. And, then we went home and he ate a little dinner at home and then he went to bed. I didn't know he'd gotten up. I was sleeping while I went in like, but he was up all night long Saturday. It was almost as bad as kidney stone.
Oh.
So he had a kidney stone. He has never had any problem since with that.
So it was belly pain.
Yeah.
this was out of the blue.
Just out of the blue, but now we find out, which we were not told when he had the radiation therapy for the prostate.
Mhm.
About 5 or 6 years ago, can be a side effect,
Oh,
because it damages other parts of your
Oh,
scar tissue in there. And as the scar tissue builds up, that.
right, you get
causes-
adhesions. and
And
stuff.
they call it cystitis, which is also could be a UTI or it could be a bacterial infection. But they gave him absolutely no medication other than fluids.
Oh,
And
no
and he-
antibiotic.
During the night, no antibiotic either.
Did he have the pellet kind of radiation or was it actual?
It was where you actually, they took a acid and brought it, put it in a certain. Turned it on. So they pinpointed certain areas according to what they had already found.
Yeah.
And, he did it for about 10 sessions, yeah, 3 or 4 years ago. And his PSA, PSI.
Yes.
Hey,
Okay.
PSI, PSI is something else. It's been 0 for the last 2 years, and he just.
Well, that's
given the
good.
Okay.
Yeah.
Not been seen for a year, because they've been seeing him every 6 months, but now they'll probably be back on that freshman. But they also, when we get back, the second day we get back on the 14th. He's going to have to go in and they have to numb it and go through the pieces and scope it. They do it in an office. It doesn't sound too good to me. Just to be sure that there's no tumor.
Yeah.
So this is a possibility, but they're pretty sure. It is pure. Titus from.
What's the date here for you?
And we weren't told that that would.
I don't think I can get through there.
No.
Because they did point that.
You go, I can go this way and be across and come around.
Whatever you want, I'm gonna do that table.
Hi, Cheryl.
Hi,
Barbara?
hi.
Good to put that. Is anyone coming on now?
I didn't know when to put this on.
Well, Dodie's on, but she's still jumping around. Dodie, are you there?
I am, and I once again have lost the visual portion. I don't know why.
Well, your picture is just jumping around all over the screen.
Oh, yeah, it'll come back. It's like, I don't know. It was doing that before, but now I'm back in. I can see you, so it's fine.
Oh, you can see us.
Yes, I have my personal assistant. We're ready to go.
Okay, perfect.
He's ready. We're ready.
Okay, well, we'll start our next meeting here in a few minutes, so,
Okay, perfect.
and I'll turn it around so you won't be looking at me. Although, well, I'm not running the next meeting, the next part, but
Oh, I just been over there, I remember it's the last one, is it Kitty?
Yes, I'm over here.
And you, but you put the chair in.
who's running nominating?
Sure.
No, oh no,
she's the only one here.
the only one here, well,
Do you want me to take the cigarette or?
I think I can just, people can get through here.
I'm not sure. There's no-
You're not gonna sit on the seat.
No.
Well, Cheryl's the only one here, okay.
Back
I love
there.
I missed.
Okay, Cheryl Lance is here and she's gonna be running the nominating committee meeting.
Didn't know I was gonna end up here.
You're the only one here.
I'm not sure why this is out. Somebody.
Do you have one?
That's fine.
I'm not gonna take it officially.
Well, it's extra.
And is this yours? Did I steal it?
No, I haven't, maybe, I haven't got one yet, so.
Oh, it's yours.
Yeah,
Okay, good.
right, okay.
Okay.
Waiting for Jennifer.
Missed you. Yes. I need some water.
She stopped jumping.
Would you like, oh, you got your.
Yeah, I think she,
I have water.
yeah, she's fine.
I'm gonna unplug you over here.
Oh, yeah, you can bring that over here.
So actually, Jackie did all the work.
Oh, did she?
She did. She was wonderful. Okay.
When Jennifer comes back.
Oh, that'll be a good idea.
Thank you.
You got your little bag, I see.
I have my.
Okay.
Do I need it on the table?
No.
Just wanna make sure you.
So this is, I just want to, who is gonna turn up for this, for the nominating, I just want to say who's.
It says Noel Roberts, who's not here, Lucy, Natalie, Jackie, and Cheryl.
Oh,
Cheryl's-
congratulations, Cheryl.
She's the only one here.
Those people aren't here.
Nobody.
Nobody is here. Wow. Should I start then?
Well, wait till Jennifer
Oh,
gets in.
I'm so sorry. Yes, of course. Duh.
Natalie, is Natalie coming?
I thought she was.
No, she doesn't have a ticket up
I
there.
don't have a name.
Well, then
for-
she's not coming
for,
if Jennifer did.
Friday morning.
Is
so-
Lucy not coming?
No,
No,
What happened?
she has no name tag out there.
she's just in pain and has to have another shot.
No.
Who is that?
Lucy.
Oh,
Don't know, no.
She's still not
I
winning.
guess that's it.
Yeah, oh, that's too
I
bad.
know.
well, I
Oh, it's
spoke
not
to
a
her a
meeting
few weeks
without
ago. She
Lucy.
sounded good. taking a turn, I guess.
Must come and go. I don't know. I don't know if it's back or sciatica or sciatica. I don't know.
Well, I think it's just her life in general is
Well, probably with,
turned upside down.
yeah, with Guy and everything,
And
yeah.
she said he's in a wheelchair.
Oh.
He's in a wheelchair,
That's what she
Didn't
thought
realize
she
that.
said.
He's a big guy. That's,
Yeah.
has to be a big wheelchair.
has to be hard.
Like
Yeah.
she said, she was not, she wanted to come to Denver, we talked about this before, and she said, but she wasn't sure if Guy could. Get it. So,
Apparently
and
not.
now neither one are coming, so that was a while back, so.
She
So
probably,
Guy doesn't wanna be on that committee that he's
Oh,
on?
he's gonna be on,
He is,
oh, yeah,
okay.
I'm assuming because
They
it's.
just
he
can't
can do
travel.
things. He just can't travel.
Is he still working?
I doubt it.
I doubt it.
Yeah.
Joey. She says, kid, is your meeting? What time is your meeting, future planning, over, more or less? Yeah, what should I say? It's over, but come anyway.
Who's,
We're
Joey.
here till 5 o'clock, right?
she's not on anymore.
Now, I just have a question. When Jennifer comes back, are we the only ones here for all the meetings?
No, there'll be some
No,
other.
There's some people, Joette's on her way.
Yeah, I know that,
So
but I was just wondering.
No, I think there's, I've got about 35 people coming to the breakfast.
Oh.
Some of those are teachers. and-
Okay, great.
So, yeah.
Oh, I should have brought my book down.
Wanna read? What book?
The book for, isn't that the tape?
Yeah.
Yes, oh, you brought some with you?
Well, I splurged on one book, so that's what I brought, but it was heavy as could be in my.
I have to finish this.
It's about weather,
Oh, yeah,
and after the
yeah.
July, we've been
Yes,
able
the
to.
weather is very important.
I thought even kids would love to learn about weather,
Right, yes.
and so that's what I got. Actually, Rick was reading it this morning. He goes, I still don't understand that. It's for a little older than they recommended.
Oh,
but
okay.
Still,
They'll-
anybody could read.
Oh,
it.
yeah,
You know, Jennifer's gonna have to haul all that stuff over to the athletic club
no, yes.
on Friday.
Yes, that's right, because we're having the presentation here, but
Mhm.
no, not. the-
No, is it here?
It's here.
Oh,
Here.
okay.
No, because I put them
I was
out.
thinking it was Friday, yeah.
No, I put them out.
That's
so
tomorrow,
they're gonna
yeah, that's
come.
good, that's good.
Wait, what time, what meeting are we having right now? Nominating?
Nominating.
So we'll wait for 5 more minutes, I guess. Would you wanna go ahead?
Is Evelyn not coming?
No, she's not.
Wow.
We're having more criminals in Georgetown.
Oh, really?
Says criminals are much more brazen.
Go ahead.
They're more brazen than ever before.
Hmm.
Don't turn over phones.
And
Be
you want
ready
people to come to DC for a meeting? Smart move, Janet.
Well,
She's talking about all the criminals. in
It's like
Georgetown.
that,
She wants people to come to
but
DC
it's
for a meeting.
like that all over.
I'd like to go to DC for.
My friend who lives in DC, that I work with, IBM, she posted something on Instagram today. She said this is the third day they've been without power. They live in,
Virginia.
no, they live in DC.
Oh, in DC Chevy Chase, I did. Because they got hit hard.
Do they
It's
live
not,
like near me, maybe?
Yes,
well, let me
you got
give you
hit
her
hard.
address. I
But
don't
it's
know.
still- Yeah. Cheryl, did you get a goodie bag?
Pardon me?
Oh, you got a goodie bag.
Yes, I
There's
did.
her address.
John, did we ever decide, are we gonna meet in the
Yeah,
lobby at
oh,
6:30?
it's not northeast. There is
Oh,
no east.
7, we have to be there at 7. So by the time we meet at 6:30 and congregate, and then whoever wants to.
Yeah.
to walk
I'm
is
in
supposed
Kent.
to Uber,
What's-
take an Uber.
Okay.
What?
Honey?
Shane Bridge
Yeah.
or something.
It goes from. What's that?
Or the walk.
University Terrace.
Oh, yeah, that's, I'm,
12-minute walk or 12-minute drive? 12-minute walk. Okay, so whoever wants to walk can walk, whoever wants to Uber.
yeah, I live right over here. That's my
Okay.
house.
Okay,
You
cool.
have to be careful.
Yeah, we have, well, she doesn't, there, I'm saying,
people are on the building arms and have brought their TV back and internet since Saturday. And they come and say,
That's fine, I shouldn't be.
we
you know,
can't do
always-
anything because the electric people have to get the trees cut them off.
Oh,
So
you
they're going crazy on the internet. You know, they're trying to solve.
Yes.
She said, she posted, she said, you know, it reminds me when they used to sit and sew and they used to go in the room and drink whiskey and they didn't have any power. Yeah, I'm sick of it. I want my wine.
I didn't have power. Saturday, I went to a couple of times for dinner, had the dinner in the dark. And I came home. I said, "Man, how-" Then I woke up at 4 o'clock in the morning. From
Oh, yeah. it'll wake
And
you up.
then these people are saying till now, I'm feeling very bad.
Nominating committee meeting, Cheryl Lance. Cheryl, did you meet, does everybody know everybody?
Well, I met this.
You met
one.
Virginia?
Yeah. Or she met me.
Yeah.
And do you know Dodie Manning, who is on Zoom?
Yes, I do.
Okay.
Okay, so anyway, this is a very big surprise. I didn't know I was going to be chairing this meeting.
Yeah, well, I don't know, I don't know who's.
And I didn't do anything for it. It was totally
That's okay.
Jackie who
Jackie.
did it. So I will just tell you what Jackie did. I'm sure you all know it, but she has gotten this slate together of President Janet Bollinger, President-elect Dominique Barner, First Vice President Dodie Manning, Second Vice President Evelyn Albright, Secretary Jean Skelton.
But she's coming, they're just they'll be here tomorrow.
Okay, good. Treasurer Sharon Chevalier. Is she gonna be here tomorrow?
She should be here for a car. She'll be here, no, she'll be here for a car, I'm sure.
Immediate past president Jennifer.
That's the bylaws, like, there's just time to add. Immediate past.
She is the happiest person.
She will be here for Friday.
Well, I think she's done a marvelous job.
No, it's great. Y'all help me a lot.
Directors for 2022 to 2024 are Mary Ann Barris, Deborah Jarvis. Is that Linda Jarvis?
No, no connection.
No,
Oh, they're not connected, no.
No.
Okay, Jeanette.
Petite.
Petite, it just.
And she wanted to come.
Janie Petit.
She wanted to come, but they're having, it's a girl, they're getting together for their big reunion or something. And this,
organizing.
she's organizing something and she had, this was the only weekend they could do it. So,
We'll forgive her.
we will.
Virginia.
Yeah.
Virginia Sampson.
Absolutely.
Yes, we have met. She seems like a wonderful lady to me.
Yeah.
And Dominique Barner.
And Dominique will be here tomorrow.
Okay, great. The 2023 to 25 directors are Guy Harrison, Lucy Harrison, Joette Rieger, Noel Roberts, and Jean Skilton.
And Jean will be here tomorrow.
Okay, past presidents and life members, Natalie Aaron. State and local affiliates, Dominique Warner.
Okay.
Wait, you're just doing the, officers.
Oh, I could stop where I did.
Yes, you're perfect.
I will be glad to stop.
I don't want you to stop, I just want you to want to.
Now,
Explain.
do we still have to vote on whether we as the committee want them? Yes.
That's a slate of officers we have to vote, but
Yeah.
not the committees, that's the president chooses.
The-
But I need a list of all those so I can put it in the roster.
And it's in the blue, it's in the blue.
Oh, okay,
Yeah,
got
it. The blue
Never
folder.
mind, never mind.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's in the blue folder on the free paper.
Oh, perfect, perfect.
We thought we wanted that to stand out.
You get that.
I ordered it online.
You were so smart. I know it's coming real fast.
Yes.
I said to Joanne, she wanted to know if the meeting was over. I said, yes, but come anyway. She said, well, it's still not even at the hotel. So I'll probably see you at dinner.
Okay, that's what Joanne, okay,
Let's do it. I just want to let you know.
okay.
And the cookies are fabulous.
Aren't they good?
Yummy.
But I don't even send you the notes to, you know, exactly. Okay, so we will vote on this later on in the meeting, the whole meeting.
Yes.
Of the group. And I am pretty assured everybody will.
I don't think it's good.
I think everybody will approve.
Yes, so that is my report.
Thank you and Jackie both. And Jackie couldn't come because she had to go to a memorial service or something came up. She emailed me a while back and said there was gonna be a memorial service with someone, I think a cousin or someone passed away. So, yeah, she had thought they could make it, but she said it's not meant to be, so they were not.
Well, anyway, I want to thank her profusely.
Mhm. Well,
because
thank y'all both.
Y'all did this.
She did this, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, you probably know off and on, I have lots of physical problems with one reason I have this. But I love it. So she was just terrific.
That's great. She took that on.
Yeah. So I think we have a great slate and I'm excited. It's gonna be a great slate. So anyway, Janet's gonna do a great job.
Do what?
You're gonna do a great job as president.
We'll find out about
Yes,
that.
you will.
When you get in there.
Oh,
Well,
wish you
anything that needs to be done that you think, let me know. I have to figure it out.
It'll be great.
So are we gonna wait till 3:30 for the car committee?
We have to wait for Sharon. Yeah.
Y'all want me to see if
Why don't
Sharon?
you call her and see if she wants to come on down?
Okay, I'll tell her we're ahead of schedule. Is Sharon the only one probably that would be attending car? In addition to all of us? 'Cause I don't know if anyone else
Evelyn's
is
not here. Is Sue Bennett not coming?
Sue is not coming.
Then everybody else is
Then
here.
we're all here.
They were all everybody's here.
Yeah.
Okay, Sharon. Let me call her and say, wanna come, we'll start early. And then we can do the last meeting.
Oh, very quickly, yeah.
Our meeting a little early, because we're running early on the committee meetings.
I wanted to tell you a story. I don't know if you all know this. I know I called Lucy about it. But the last meeting in New Orleans, we were coming. We had, my husband and I both, we got stuck in Dallas. It was sleeting.
Oh, that,
It was probably 4 inches thick, the sleeting.
Yes.
I had 3 different planes canceled, and they were all 3 different days.
Oh,
So by the last day, I just went, screw it.
Never mind.
You guys are, it would only have been one day that if I finally got to New Orleans, but what a time. And trying to get a hotel.
Oh, that was a nightmare.
Everything.
At least I was stuck in Tulsa. We had the I-4 and I couldn't even
Where
get,
did you get stuff?
I couldn't get out of Tulsa.
Oh, you couldn't get
So
out.
fortunately, I didn't get stuck in Dallas.
Yeah,
So,
it wasn't pleasant.
no, that would be awful.
That's what annoyed me so much, is as soon as we got from Palm Springs to Dallas, they told us that plane was, not going. Oh, they should have known that. None have ever put us on the plane to Dallas.
wait, so
But
they have to stay in Dallas?
I was in Dallas for 3 days.
Well, you couldn't get out
I
because
just very few people do this, but I just.
In Dallas, so where, did they put you up in a hotel?
Well, no, they weren't doing anything.
Oh,
weather.
no.
And the first thing, we were talking to our flight attendant, and he was so nice. And he got on the phone and he found a hotel for the first night. Well, we thought we were getting out the next day, so we just went in for one night. Then I find out that plane has been also canceled.
Oh.
We can't go the next day and we can't stay in the hotel again.
It's
It was
booked up.
full.
Oh, my gosh.
So I'm thinking and I graduated from a very tiny high school class
Uh-huh.
in Ohio. And I knew one classmate who lived in Dallas.
Oh.
So I called him and he was just wonderful. And with some calling around, he got us into, not window, but. Oh, the one that's always like little apartments. They have a bedroom in.
Oh, residence suite.
Homewood's not Homewood. Not
Residence
window.
in, residence,
Marriott Suite?
No. Oh.
but one of them, yeah.
It's one of them. Anyway, he had friends who called around and found out that there was this one place that had room, so that's where we went and we, at that point, we were already going, oh, it's gonna happen again the next day.
Yeah.
So we had them book us for 2 nights,
Oh, good.
which we needed. And then after we finally thought we were gonna have a plane to New Orleans, that's when we just went.
Forget it.
Yeah, they told me, we can get you out on Thursday night, and I thought, Thursday night for a meeting on Friday morning. Nothing, and we weren't even sure it would go Thursday night.
Yeah.
And I don't know, I just said forget it.
So unusual.
American.
But you know, they called us, because we were coming through Dallas too, from Santa Barbara.
Yeah,
They called us on the Monday before we were.
did
down
they?
And told us they'd already switched us to go through Phoenix. Now, we had
That
to
was
take
smart.
5 hours in Phoenix, but
Now that really annoys me because we were first business class and I plaqued them on it and they never, they let us get on that plane in Palm Springs. When as soon as we landed in Dallas, it's all shut down.
If I got Monday, it would have been fine. Tuesday was when it came in.
How they decide who gets called and who doesn't.
Was that on what day?
Tuesday.
You were flying on the Tuesday.
Monday was the day that was fine to travel. Everybody should have gone Monday. I should have.
They told us
It hit Tuesday.
it was the day that it did. Yeah, well, anyway, I didn't hear from anybody and I thought, I don't think they really know what happens to me. No, I was trying.
Shame though.
Yeah.
So you were more than happy to return home.
I was.
Oh, no, I'm ready to, I have it, hold on. So when all that was happening, it was happening where we live too in the Austin area. So I had already decided I was gonna drive, so I was leaving on Monday. So I drove to Houston, picked up Joanne on Monday. It was cold, but it wasn't horrible. And I'm so glad I did, because if I had waited until Tuesday.
You wouldn't have gone.
I would have never made it out, because as I was driving to Houston, I was listening to the weather and it said, oh, tomorrow's gonna be blah, 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 and I thought, I guess I could have, I'm glad but anyway, I was so glad that I left when I did, because otherwise Joette and I would have never made it. And-
No, you wouldn't
And I
have, yeah.
picked her up in Houston and we went the whole way and.
Well, I wanted to get stuck in Houston because I have a brother and. And I'm to Houston a lot.
So much better.
Yeah, but it's so nice.
Isn't that what your brother?
He lives in the woodland. No, that's my niece. He lives in Spring.
Spring. Yeah, that's a nice area.
Yeah, they have a nice neighborhood there.
Yeah, my cousin, I did it, because my cousin lives on the heights.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, that's very nice area.
Yeah. Yeah, she's with that.
No, we go every other year for Christmas.
Oh,
Nice.
Yeah, very nice.
Houston.
I do too. Better than Dallas.
Some of my cousins are in the area and all my family is nice. Back to Houston, he's like, no. Either you're the only one that wants to be off to the guy.
I like it too. My cousin does, she rides a bike all the time and she sends these Facebook things of all the art that's on the
Oh.
Yeah.
outside art. And she's an artist herself and like,
No, I wish I had the little thing to use it, but I don't.
Oh, my goodness.
Yeah,
I live in Austin.
Awesome.
Yeah.
but Virginia's from.
Pennsylvania.
Yeah, but you are.
Pennsylvania.
Pittsburgh.
Oh,
Oh my
Pittsburgh.
gosh.
Well, I'm in Ohio. So that's close.
And
Yeah.
where in Ohio?
Phoenix are two different
Where
places
in
in
Ohio?
California.
Well, I actually lived in the country, but, and the town that I went to school in had 600 people in it. That was called McClure, but I went to Bowling Green State University,
Yeah, I know.
which
Bowling.
was,
I'm from Ohio.
You-
Suburb of Cleveland.
oh, okay, so you know.
And my college roommates were from McKeesport, so.
Oh, yeah.
McKeesport.
In Virginia, where did you live in California?
So I went to law school in Los Angeles, so we were there, so I lived a year in San Diego, 4 years in LA, then I moved back to Pittsburgh.
Wow.
Then I went to Phoenix, then I moved to Orange County.
Oh.
So we were in, I'm trying to think what you guys might know, like just south of Laguna Beach,
Oh.
when we were in Orange
That's
County.
a nice area.
It's
Oh,
nice.
God, yes,
Did you practice law?
yes, I did. And
You
all
still
4
practice
states.
law?
A litigation primarily, business, I did a lot of personal injury, insurance defense,
And you still do.
contract. When I came to Austin, I switched a little bit more to probate and estate planning and guardianship. I do some litigation, but you have to have a big staff
Yeah.
to do the
You do.
litigation, and I just don't, I'm close to the end of my
Yeah.
career, and I just don't want all that stuff.
Yeah.
Well, my husband was mostly defense
Yeah,
litigation.
I like the litigation.
Litigation? No, I mean, you have to have a good little staff.
Oh, yes, I was an office manager. Yeah.
Share.
Learn more about people.
Love diversity, but I don't know how to.
Everything else that-
Yeah.
Yeah.
We just.
Oh, God. That's a major step.
Demanding.
Oh, I can't remember his name, one of the burglars in the Watergate, guy was the attorney. Attorney was Bill. Guy's name. Anyway, it was very, fun time.
Yeah, that's what I love about litigation is you learn so much about everything, that's my life.
I could do some litigation better than some of our first.
Well,
Oh, I bet you
Year
could.
attorneys, it was
Yeah.
like.
No, actually, that was everything I knew from the paralegals in the office. when I was 16. I was like,
yeah, you should go very hard. And you're in a lawyer.
That's what I heard. Yeah, that's great.
Attorney.
Just when you right when it did here.
Trade them.
What-
Train them in trade work.
Wow.
Oh.
Any left?
Specialize in areas where you want to learn how to practice.
Yeah.
No idea.
Well, I've been reading watching.
Oh, this is, I don't like lawyer shows. I think
Well, I like it, I like the people, it's Meghan Markle. The other people. I know that they all.
Yeah, I know the stuff that goes on in the court. I just.
I watched like an offering, these are really nice. where I think our dog, that's my downside.
Yeah.
It's nice to lay there and.
Oh, I can do, that's a plan, mine at night, I can turn my brain off, cause
Yeah.
I already got one of those so. Yeah.
Yeah, I had taken a day off of returning from vacation and stuff, and I.
Oh, everybody.
Had one.
My grade's going
I'm
to.
doing it again. I just-
I'll take a
Yeah,
red
it's
one.
fun.
That's why relax.
Now, should I leave? I'm not on the
My
car.
brain.
No, these are, well, that's something I'll be in all the, we're all on the committee, we're all.
Hi, Sharon.
Okay, so,
Thank you.
y'all, did we decide that we're meeting at 6:30 tonight to go to dinner?
Yes,
In the lobby.
in the lobby.
In the lobby.
And where,
Hopefully I'll be
is it a
able to
hotel
find-
lobby or-
Just go downstairs in the main lobby, and there's like couches down here in the hotel, here in the hotel, just go down to the main lobby, there's like couches and stuff.
but if you want to get an Uber, you can,
Yeah.
if you don't want to walk that far.
And it's going to be
Yeah.
Promised in a 12.
Yeah.
Is it going to be a casual dress tonight?
Yes.
Yeah, it says.
No dress.
I need.
Smart casual. Tell her smart casual. No, no suits.
Said no dress code.
Okay, so we're gonna do card next. And I don't think anybody else is gonna come, so I think it's okay for us to start a little early.
Okay,
All right.
somebody somebody delegated that to me. I don't remember who.
I did.
You did.
Whenever I since,
Okay,
said Noel wasn't gonna be here, the new car, and Barbara said, graciously said yes, so I'm so thankful.
that is fine.
So.
Call to order. We are called to order.
And Barbara, I'm sorry to interrupt, but for people that are new and haven't been to, can you explain what car is?
Yes, I'd be happy to.
Okay.
CAR is, we call it CAR. It's investments from the Carr family. They gave us $330,000. I can't give you the year, maybe 15, 20 years ago. She'd been very active in her local ALA. I'm not sure that she was active in the national ALA, but she left money to the ALA to support us. And that was a tremendous bonus because we don't generate those kinds of funds. So the money was invested and we have used that to fund Teachers of the Year, different things that, like the $2,500 that we paid to go to the mock trials. We use it for that kind of stuff. And I'll get into a little bit more of the details on the numbers when I get to that part of it. But that's what the CAR is. So we are very judicious about it. We don't let it go below 330. And we just use anything we have earned on that money to fund any activities that we do. So we've been very fortunate to have that money. And we were also very quiet about not letting the ABA know that we had that money because they would have liked to have some of it, I'm sure, as we were renting an office from them at the time for very little money. So anyway, that's our money and we have been, oh, lamb, is that lamb chop, Dodie?
It's my Mandalorian toy.
She has her warrior toy there. I wish we had a big screen and you could see it, but we don't. Approval of minutes, those of you who have the minutes, you can read through them very quickly, or maybe you've already read through them. And you can compare that with what I'll tell you all shortly about this year's number.
Anyone need any extra minutes or does anybody need a copy of?
I have.
Okay. Dodie, do you have a copy of the minutes? Oh, Dodie, I'm sorry. Virginia.
There's more if anyone needs another copy of the minutes.
I keep.
Dodie, if I had an electronic copy, I'd bring it up on the screen so you could see it, but I don't, so.
That's okay.
I will bring up, though, the car report online, because I do have a PowerPoint for that, and you'll be the only one who will be able to see it because
Cool. Okay.
you have a screen.
Lamb chop is not telling me that story.
Okay, we'll need a motion to approve the minutes.
I moved to approve the minutes.
Thank you, Virginia. Second, Kitty, thank you. All in favor? Opposed? Questions? Thank you.
Virginia, you're not on the committee.
Oh, so I can't do it.
Oh.
sorry.
Oh, just be an
Oh.
official committee member.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Okay.
Committee members of car, otherwise it gets really complicated.
Okay,
I'm the committee, I'll do it.
okay. Janet, move to approve. I need a second from a committee member. Kitty, second. Okay. Perfect. All in favor? Thank you. Okay, next is finance report, which is Sharon, our treasurer.
Yes, and I must have misunderstood, I thought that it was copies of the treasury report would be in a folder,
Oh,
not so, I read three copies.
you know what, Sharon? I can make more copies of any reports for tomorrow. I can do it too. I can go.
So we'll have to share.
Did I pass that over?
Just pass them around. We can share on this end of the table.
It's easier.
Okay.
Sharon, is this just for car or is this for everything?
That's
This is for
our
everybody.
funds.
I can make copies of this.
Why don't you pass it over to her?
Whatever, we'll figure it out.
We'll figure it out. Here you go.
That's the other. Okay, so, you want to look, because I need a quarter of each.
Just, I guess,
I'm gonna keep you. I mean, this is what I normally bring.
yeah,
In the Morgan Stanley accounts, you usually have the total.
yeah, I've got totals on my
You got
report.
total, and do you have the total as of July 31?
I have the total as of, not July 31, I have it as of Friday. So it would have been the 28th.
Um,
It can't have changed that much,
well,
or did it?
I took out $27,000.
Well, but it's still, the total's still the same because you've got, it's in the bank. I mean, it's in,
Right.
yeah,
But I mean, I took it
Okay.
out of the car.
okay,
And I called them up because I needed so much. I called them like a week ago to give them plenty of time. And they did it
right away. And to explain, that money goes to pay for the checks to the scholarship winner, the checks to the teachers of the
Well, I
year.
can tell you why
Yeah.
I needed 27,000. So we had used the money just for other incidentals and what that we've gotten, the 10,000 from the.
Mhm.
And the 3,000 from
Deborah
the.
Jarvis.
And then, so that would be that I needed 10,000 for the award winner for the scholarship, and I needed 9,000 for the 3 toy awards, and then 3,000 more for that one. The other one, the Jarvis Award, and then I needed 4,000 for travel expenses, and they turn in travels. So, and then I needed another 1,000, I think, to pay for a couple of bills that came up. So I did call you well in advance, because I don't need it until August, 3rd, but they went ahead and I got an email from her just like 2 days after she said the money's being sent.
Usually it's a week or so.
Yeah, because I've had trouble in the past, and that's why it says in the minutes about they have to keep 10,000, and I said, I'm calling because I need 27,000.
Yeah.
And she, no problem. They have a new person, but I don't think that has anything to do with it. She just said, yeah, we'll have to sell something, but
Yeah.
anyway, she was able to do it right away.
Okay.
Right. So, so we just took out money from the car, but this balance sheet will tell you, and that's why it looks like Morgan Stanley cash fund is negative. Because I took out more out of the cash than they really had in the cash. And
Oh, they
when
had
I
to
give them
supplement
the
it, yeah.
statements, then it'll show. It'll
Yeah.
show that they moved money from investments to cash. But so. But I had to go with what I had on July 31st, and so that
Sure.
shows the negative. That it shows, if you look down at the bottom under capital where it says 18 and 5, that shows that, I've taken,
18,000.
taken money out.
I see.
Where is that?
That's the name.
Okay.
Oh, that's down there. Okay.
Under liabilities, under liabilities.
Okay, got it.
So they made money this year, but I took out 27, so that's why it shows a negative 23. So at the time of this report, even with the 27 I'd taken out, they made
an additional 4,000 this year.
Oh,
So they made.
Yeah.
So we didn't go in the hole. Is that what you're saying?
We did not go in the hole.
That's important.
We haven't, we've had good luck. Not good luck, good timing.
Really, yeah, yeah.
So, yeah, is that about what you think they've made this year's 31,000?
I've got it from Jennifer on the report. I'll go through tonight and update my numbers on my report to reflect the new numbers.
Well, if you look at the income statement, just because we're in car, I'm jumping around. If you look on the second page of the income statement,
Mhm.
a year ago, we took out uh, 30,000, and this year we've taken out 31,000. And I'm budgeting for next year, we'll take out 35,000.
Oh, got it.
So,
I'm seeing.
or actually, we budgeted, this is higher, but we budgeted 35, and so far taken out 31. It'll depend on how much this meeting costs, whether I need to
Yes.
take out any more.
So I need to give you all my expenses for both meetings.
So, but
It
next
won't be
year,
that
I have a proposed budget that will take out 38.
Okay.
much.
But so far this year,
Yeah,
they
yeah,
made
30.
35, so hopefully they'll make more next year and we won't
Yeah.
go in the hole.
Good.
All right.
I don't have questions. I mean, is there more to this that you want me to give?
I think that's fine, no, because we don't get into the budget until we get into the main meeting, so
That'll be in
tomorrow,
next meeting.
yeah.
Well, yeah, we'll talk
Well-
a little bit about budget in
We're gonna
executive
talk
the next
about
meeting
this
too.
tomorrow.
Yeah, we'll get copies, yeah.
She's like this.
You'll have
Yeah.
copies of this tomorrow. Everybody's gonna get copies of this tomorrow.
Page of the.
Community
For the
secretary.
Deborah Athletic Club for the breakfast on Friday. Are you getting any money from that? How's that working out? 'Cause I know it's going to Zephy,
I just got a notice today from Zephy that they just put $1,600 into my account. But I don't know what that's for because I got it.
Yeah, that's so confusing.
I know it's hard for you to have a check sent to you, but this Zephy thing is making me nuts, because I couldn't figure out how many people are gonna get breakfast and.
Right.
You know, and people were
You
not.
don't have to do that. I mean, I didn't mind taking checks,
I
but
don't know how that happened, so anyway. Whatever,
some people thought Zephy would be better.
well, I'm sure somebody did, but when you're trying to figure out how many people are coming to breakfast, and not everybody lives on Zephy, not thinking, well, this is a possible list, and these are the people that.
I know you kept asking, nobody sent me a check.
And I'm thinking,
Everybody
this is
did
getting
it
you
themselves.
because I wasn't getting the numbers right. and I was
Well,
like,
So does this have to do with signing up online? People don't,
That's why I asked
they
you.
don't do that. Well, I probably forgot and got way late or
I
something.
mean, it's other people that just involved, I didn't know to do.
Well, I knew to
I have
do
a
it.
number coming on Friday morning, and we are hoping that that is about as close as we're gonna get, a guaranteed 35 people. And I think I have probably a couple of fewer than that, but we're gonna cover it anyway, and if other people come, we'll just, charge them there.
Because I'm not the administrator on Zephy,
Oh,
Noel.
Noel is.
I don't
I
get
I
to
have
see
nothing.
any of that, so it used to be with Janet and Lucy, especially with Lucy, I would say, I've got money from, 26 people, and she said, I have no clue because I'm
Well,
not the administrator
no.
on the Zephy. I
We
don't
used to
know until
have-
I get
Until you got it.
a friend
We
who
have
runs
the
Zephy,
form online. And
And
people
we used to have
just
that
printed
form
it
online.
and sent it with their check.
Yeah.
And they sent me a notice this afternoon. And I'm going, well, I haven't.
$1,500, huh?
But you don't know which one.
On it for any,
Yeah.
when I get into it and I go to Zephy, you see what it's for.
Oh, no, they
Should, until they release for the money, I don't know.
Tamayo was on Zephy as well. So you pay for Tamayo and you pay for the.
No,
That's the bill they're going to get.
Yes.
Maybe we should ask her to, did she print out or email somebody a list of who's paid?
Yeah, do we need to ask her?
That's good.
Noel to, or can you can't really get into Zephy to find, I mean, should we ask Noel who all has paid so far, or has she already sent that to anyone?
Well, I have what
She
Zephy,
would know, I
Zephy
think.
sent to me, I have the names of people who paid for it. I don't do the breakfast. I don't know what, I guess it's Joanne.
Maybe Joette has the
It's
Tamayo.
Tamayo. I'm only doing breakfast because that was my thing.
So I guess Joette has Tamayo from Noel.
Maybe she does, but I don't get it from them. I get it from Zephy.
When I got an email from Joette that she's a little concerned because I think she guaranteed more people for Thursday night than we got.
Dodie, can you see the screen? Can you see a
Yes,
PowerPoint?
I
Okay,
sure can.
okay, good. It finally worked. I've been sitting here trying to make it work. Okay, Dodie will see it and nobody else will. I'll try to get this printed out and we can distribute it at the meeting tomorrow.
Okay, yeah, if you give me a copy, I'm gonna go print some other stuff out, so I'll go do it.
Okay, well, can I just send it to your email?
Send it to the hotel. My email is at,
Oh, that's right, your email's.
I have to send it to the hotel email, and then they make me one copy, and then I print it all at FedEx.
Okay, then give me the hotel email later and I'll send it to you. Okay,
This is the first time that I had no clue how many people are coming and who's paying.
That's how I feel.
Well, this is the problem with the digital age.
Yeah.
People don't know how to make it work.
well,
We should have a total of 17 people. That's all the rest is there. Oh, tomorrow should be a total of 17. What about new people, other people on Friday?
Oh, Friday, that's breakfast.
Friday's the breakfast,
That's three.
the awards breakfast.
But the meetings,
It should be the same Thursday and Friday.
same ALA members.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes, should be the same, 17 total, ALA members.
And like-
For the meetings. Yeah,
Like-
yeah,
like-
so if we're gonna print something, print.
I printed up 30.
Oh, that's.
so Alice is attending, but I heard that Alice had not paid.
Wait, who's it in?
Alice.
Oh, I heard Ellis hadn't paid either.
She's on her plane right now, probably coming in.
I think she.
Well, she's coming, I know.
Because others have not paid, they're gonna be there Friday.
Okay, and you will go after them and get your money.
I tried calling Alice already and I couldn't get her, so she's
She's on the
online.
plane right now.
Cause she still thinks we're meeting in that other building.
Same as Grand Rapids at 3:30.
Well, we'll see her dinner tonight.
Yeah,
No,
yeah.
So-
I don't think she's coming to the dinner. She's with a friend that's taking her.
Oh, that's right. She said she'd see us Thursday. You're right. You're right.
I'll try to be in the hotel. Maybe her friend.
Okay, so.
Okay. Did you have a question?
That's hard.
Ann, did you have a question?
No, I'm just saying, are you going to send me the, like the report or something?
Oh, my car? Yeah. I'll send it to
Okay,
you.
so we'll get back to car. Okay, we'll figure all the other stuff out.
Okay.
We'll talk about it in executive.
And she, I'm so good at that too. Usually.
Class will come to order now.
Yeah.
Okay, I showed, and this was, actually it was the 26th when I did these numbers, and I'll update these tonight before I send this to you. And we'll get current numbers on. As of, the 26th of July, our total in the whole, all of our money was $447,000. Now, that's divided up among, originally, we just had money in very safe, long-term treasury bonds, very low interest bonds, things that weren't going to appreciate very much. So we were beginning to get some extra money. So we decided, okay, let's look at investing some of that a little bit above the 330 number. Let's invest some in something that will give us a better return. So we invested in BlackRock, and we did it through Morgan Stanley. We talked to them, and we put $100,000 of our funds into BlackRock. And then we put another 25,000 in. So we put a total of $125,000 into BlackRock. You had to do 100 the first time, and then after that, I think you could do whatever, but I think it may have been 25 minimum. I don't remember. Yeah, so in the beginning, we had we started in 18 before we put any money in BlackRock, and we had the first year we put money in BlackRock, we had $469,000. And then the chart goes through the total, and then what was the safe stuff and what was BlackRock. And the safe stuff was $372,000 in the beginning, and BlackRock was 94,000 because some of that was I guess in cash. Ended up July 26th, 298,000 in the safe stuff and 139,000 in the BlackRock stuff. So we're nowhere near coming close to the 330,000. 330,000 is of the whole conglomerate. It's not just of the I call it the safe stuff. Stock price is what's interesting. When we bought it in December of 18, it was $392 a share, and it's gone up, 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 up. It had hit a real high in 21, And then it went down from there. It's now $745 a share. So it's,
Unbelievable.
yeah, we would hit the market at the right time for that. So, those are the numbers, which you can see. Last year, our accounts net of fees, this was the total deal, was minus 7.48%. This year it is plus 7.84%. So that's year to date. It's not our calendar year, or it's not our fiscal year, it's not our calendar year, it's 2023 year to date, because that's how they do their tracking. The S&P benchmark last year was minus 18%. The S&P benchmark this year is plus 6.4. So all the markets are swinging back up again. Barclays, which is the bonds benchmark, was minus 13% last year. This year, it's 2.3% to the positive, and our ALA bonds year to date are 1.37%. So they're all positive numbers this year, which is good. There's nothing in the red. And then I have a chart here that just shows a big circle and how much is in cash, equities, fixed income, and alternatives, which I don't know what that means. And we don't have anything. We have $3,000 in it. I don't know what that is. That may be dividends. I'm not real sure. Then I have another chart that shows you a little jagged. We've gone up and down and up and down, and we are up right now. And then I have the stuff on the Teacher of the Year program with CAR, which I've already talked about. So that is all I have. There's really nothing to discuss on CAR.
Right.
It's just, before we used to talk about all our investments and what we were going to do, we just give it to BlackRock and they invest it in where they think it should go. And it's not high risk because they have a huge portfolio.
They do.
And they invest in a lot of things, and they are selective about getting into BlackRock at the beginning. You gotta have 100,000 to get in. And then once you get in, just let them take care of it. They've always been responsive. Jennifer always gives me a report back when I ask her, give me some words to say at the meetings. So I have no issue with working with them. We used to work with Piper Jaffray, I think, years ago, and Bob Jarvis did all the work of working with them and figuring out what we do with all our money. Oh, yeah.
This is so much easier now.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, they take care of that, and we really don't do anything with our safe stuff. I mean, that is invested in good things. Now, sometimes that number goes down because we have had, we've had bonds be pulled in, and they get bought out, and they've been at a higher percentage than what you can buy the bonds back for now. So there's some of that in there. So you're going to lose a little bit of money on the bonds periodically, but hopefully your stocks are going to continue to accelerate and go up, and we'll continue to have a good number beyond that 330,000.
So there's a specific investment advisor at BlackRock that manages
Yeah,
this?
yeah.
Oh, okay.
Actually, there's two. It's Jennifer, and then she has a manager over her, but I don't ever talk to her. Who's the gal that she works for? Do you remember?
Jennifer Olson?
Yeah, I talked to Jennifer, but there's another gal that,
There was another Jennifer that worked for Jennifer Olson. She left, and now I talked to someone named. I don't even know how to say her first name, Rawia.
don't know, I haven't talked to her.
And her last name is Maamoun, and she was, she's who I talked to about the 27, and she sent me an email on Friday and said the requested funds have been sent today. And that was.
Well, that's great.
And I was saying I needed them by this Friday.
Yeah,
And when you said it was there's 427, that probably includes what I.
447. 447, that's before you move the money out,
Okay,
I think, because I took this number on Friday.
so at the end of June, it was 442,000. So if I took out 27 and they made some. Then that.
I'll go check that tonight. That's interesting. Yeah, I just took that from the totals page.
So when you say it's investment in BlackRock, is that BlackRock stock or are they just investing?
BlackRock is an investment firm, and they have a lot of stocks in there.
But it's not a stock in their company, it's just like a conglomerate.
Well, it
of
could be.
stocks.
They have stock in Morgan Stanley, which is, where we do our work. They have a lot of premier stocks in there, a lot of defense stocks, and that
So it's
juggles.
like a fund.
It's like a
BlackRock
fund. It's
Oh,
a fund. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
BlackRock Equity
Oh, okay, equity fund, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, and so that's a conglomeration of different types, bunch of type of equity stuff.
Yeah, and if I occasionally I'll print out, or not print out, I'll just highlight some of the different stocks they're invested in. I might go in and do that tonight, and then you can see it for the program tomorrow. But they're all names that you've heard of. Big pharmaceutical companies. Well, yeah, you could look at it there.
Monthly report. I get to print it out every month because I have to give it to the accountant.
Wow.
It's usually 46 pages.
You can't just email that.
There,
Can't just.
Sharon, can't you just email that?
but.
Email it down.
The front, you can just, I don't think you're going
Can you not email that to him? Can't you just email it
to the
Email it
accountant.
down.
to your accountant?
I'd have to send him 12 different emails. Plus, I just feel like I need to keep it for our tax records.
Well,
Yeah, we need a hard copy, we all need hard copies, I think. I'm paper queen.
I've had these for years in my attic.
oh, jeez. Hope your house never burns down.
Yeah, mine, I keep them, I print them out and keep them.
It's very nice.
You just feel bad.
I just feel bad.
I'm paper trail way.
You need it even though we have computers, the computers are not, are
No.
not available.
So that's all I have.
But they not like my excuse when I say, well, computer messed up, I don't have it.
They change systems and you can't access it later because it's a new system.
Well, you can store it in the cloud, like in Dropbox.
Now you can.
Yeah.
Something like that.
Yeah.
Some of it is stored on the computer.
Yeah, that, well, my phone lost pictures of my phone of a vacation. I took it, I they're on my phone, they're not on the cloud. And they tried to retrieve them and then lost them everywhere.
Oh, no.
That's why I didn't do it. That's why I took it to the Apple store.
Yeah.
And they lost them. They tried to download them or upload or whatever they were doing and they lost them off my phone. Oh. So yeah, maybe that adds.
No.
That good, that good.
So anything else?
Old business?
Well, I wanted to bring up the fact that I like money. I'm always asking for,
This is the time.
and I thought, this is a good community to ask for.
And probably budget is a good time.
Budget, is it good time? Okay, budget. I would like, we made a motion at our long range planning committee meeting, and it passed, what a surprise. That we would like $2,500 again this year for our long range planning committee to go, not to go, but to be used in Wilmington, Delaware in May 2024. To do the National High School Mock Trial Competition again. We gave $2,500 to them this year. I don't know what it's gonna be next year. I'm assuming $2,500 is a good amount. And then we get sponsor, we get promotion, and we go and we meet people and we promote ALA. And that's where the $2,500 goes. Now, the last year, I also asked for an extra $500, which I will ask for again this year, just for incidentals, because you never know if you need. I don't think you hear my shit. These are the
Kitty, can I just interrupt you 1 second? I think this doesn't need to be,
executive committee doesn't need to approve this.
we're in
I
the
mean,
car part.
I'm sorry. Oh, we're not executive.
No.
Where am I?
Executive next.
We're,
Oh, wait.
yeah, so.
I was trying to interrupt. We're in executive next.
Yeah, my committees. committees.
Okay.
We're in con.
I
We're still in
apologize.
car.
Just
We're in car.
everything I just said.
Okay, new business?
Yeah.
New car business?
New car. Anyway, right.
Then we adjourn the car.
We adjourned the car meeting. At what time
Good
is
job.
it?
It is 3:45.
3:45, adjourned car.
Okay.
So so executive meeting is supposed to be at, what, 4:30?
Yeah.
So we're ahead,
Way
But-
ahead.
which is
Is
great.
anybody here?
But I'm not sure, I think the only person that we may need, if we want to go and do executive and get it done, we may need to let Evelyn know in case she was gonna go online.
Do you think she was gonna go online?
Was Evelyn gonna?
Well, executive is Jennifer, Janet, Kitty, me, and Evelyn and Noel.
So Noelle's not here, but did Ann, I mean,
Evelyn.
did Evelyn want to be in on it?
Kitty, I just somebody.
We're supposed to be at this meeting.
She's not here.
She's not here.
So.
So you should-
Now, I don't know if she's gonna be on Zoom.
If Evelyn's gonna
She
do it?
didn't mention.
No.
So if
Well,
we,
since she didn't dial in for car, she's probably not gonna dial in for executive.
Right.
should I call her or not?
No,
Evelyn or?
does she normally call in to be here to call?
Well, I don't know that she ever has, but I think
She has, no,
has.
she has zoomed in before.
But she was supposed to be at car. She didn't come to car.
I thought I had my thing shut off.
Let me just, she- good.
Well,
about-
she wasn't at CARB, so I don't know where she is. I have not contacted her.
And
Just call her.
anything else on Zoom, I go to?
No, it's just,
Evelyn on there?
let me show you.
Oh, there's nobody now.
Oh, Dodie, are you there? Maybe Dodie left because she's not on.
Just here a minute ago, I started playing the
Oh, yeah, but she's not any of these. She may have.
She may.
wasn't here, she's gone.
Let me see.
Lucy's gonna try and just join in on all the meetings as well, but she had to go to the doctor.
Oh.
Oh, maybe that was Dodie waving goodbye with her little animal. Could be, yeah. She was probably saying goodbye because she's gone.
She's gone.
I don't know that Evelyn's also.
Yeah, we're doing.
She didn't.
Car, you're right.
I don't know.
Are you leaving, Virginia?
Yeah, you don't need me, I'm not on the committee, so.
You can go listen in if you want. If
I'm gonna do it right
you
now,
can
I
sing
gotta
if you
go do
want.
something.
Oh, okay.
And all this will be discussed tomorrow anyway,
Zoom in on the
Yeah.
meeting.
except that I didn't bring enough copies.
Well, it's just for me, I'm newer, so I don't know how everything works.
No, I know.
Yeah, we're glad. If anyone can attend, so it's great.
Yeah, but I'm learning how everything works,
Right.
because I'm new, so I don't really know how everything works.
Yeah.
It's good.
We don't need to visit.
We don't either.
Hold on, Yes, yes, it's open meeting. Anyone can be in the meeting. She didn't. Evelyn,
Don't worry about it.
Yeah, it's not closed.
Okay, let's go with it.
Let's go ahead.
Let's go ahead, y'all.
Hang on 1 second.
Okay.
Hang on 1 second.
So let me get started. Okay, so
So welcome.
does everybody have a copy of the agenda for the executive meeting? Or is it, everyone's welcome to stay, you don't have to be on the committee.
Here we go.
It's a good way of there. It's coming, no, it's right here. I've done one.
Was it in the folder?
No, because I didn't, we got it here, we got it right here.
Want me to pass them out?
So, executive board, here you go,
You have one?
and I've got one and the minutes for from last, if you, yeah. So, everybody who was at the last one, want to look at the minutes.
I've got plenty, so that, you can go right on down there.
Yeah, we had Joette by phone, we had, Evelyn, see, last time Evelyn was at executive by phone, but
Oh, okay.
I just left her a message and she's not answering, so I think it's okay.
Oh, yeah, yeah. You try.
I tried and, she didn't say anything to me that she was gonna be there.
Oh, here it is. That's what it's like.
I know. Oh, good. Okay.
Here it is, now. Yeah. We're good.
Okay, I'm gonna be one short.
You need another one? I've got more here.
Well, I heard on the.
No, that's right, that's
I
right.
got, I wrote that.
All right.
Yeah, just.
No, we have a.
Everyone has. Everyone,
Yes.
yes, everyone has one, you can have one. No.
She's
Does everybody have one?
She's got it. You have to sit down.
That's what.
Oh, you got 'em? Okay.
Take it back.
I am doing a great job.
Just give it back
Okay.
here now.
Okay.
Everyone's got them on the other side.
So,
We've all got.
We've all got it.
we've all got.
We've all got it.
Okay, I'll just. give it to you.
All right, y'all, so, I'll call I texted Evelyn in case she wants to join in, but I think she's good. She's really good. So I'm gonna call the executive, board meetings to order at 3:50. Thank y'all for being here. Welcome. So if y'all have a copy of the minutes, if you want to glance at those and approve those, thank you, Anne, for the great minutes. These were from New Orleans, and so some people were on by Zoom, and it was one of those, yeah. Do I have a motion or are y'all still reading?
It's fascinating.
It's fascinating. While y'all are reading tonight when we're all at dinner, let's remember to take some pictures.
Good idea.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what I do.
Sorry, that was off the agenda, but I just had to get that in.
You had to get it. That's it. Okay, I read it.
Do I have a motion? Or is everybody still reading?
We're not on the community.
Oh, I know.
I learned.
I know. Anne is very smart about keeping us all where we're supposed to be. She keeps us in line.
And I can't do it.
I know, Cheryl.
Oh, what I got, Embassy Suites, my.
Oh,
But I move we approve the minutes from the executive committee meeting of.
yeah, February 1st.
No, that's, it was, yeah,
February.
I'm sorry, I don't know.
And it's okay, we have, Kitty made a motion, we approved, do I have a second?
I wasn't there. I can't do it.
Okay,
I will.
Janet was there, Janet second, all in favor? Aye.
Hi.
Opposed? Okay, minutes are approved, yeah, thank you, and thank you, Anne, you've been a great secretary. I
She's
love having
amazing.
you as my secretary. I love being on the team with you. All right, so treasurer's report, go ahead, Sharon. We've already done car, but,
All right, so
and I'll make some more copies for
we
tomorrow.
have total assets of $422,403.59 as of July 31st. We will have more bills because of this meeting,
Right,
so I don't know where we'll end up. That was on the balance sheet. This is the income statement, and this is a very fancy way of doing it to make it all one sheet by paper. It has last year's 12-month total in the first column, this year's 11-month total so far. Then it has the budget that we had budgeted for this year, and then the variance between the actual so far this year and the budget, and then the proposed budget for next year. So it's, a little complicated, but that way I can get it all in one sheet. And you can compare. One of the things that I will say, the question that someone might ask, the actual for last year's 12 months only shows that in contributions, it only shows 11,000. And that made me question it, and I have an answer for that. It has to do with when we received the money from the Jarvis people. Okay. We have given out 3 awards for the Teacher of the Year and the Lillian Jarvis thing. We have received $3,000 3 times. However, they were in different fiscal years sometimes. The first one we received was in March of 2020. We didn't give it out till July of 21. Then she immediately in July of 21 gave us another 3,000, which we gave out July of 22. But, and then the next payment she gave me was in February of 23. So it looks like in 1 year, we didn't get the money, that
Got it.
we actually got it in a different fiscal year.
just for fiscal year,
I
okay.
checked myself because I wanted to make sure, because we've given it out 3 times and we received money from her 3 times. So I just But if you happen to look at the actual from last year, it says contributions were only 11,000, that's because they started in July and our fiscal year ends in August. But we have taken in more money than last year. And so far we've spent less, but we budgeted to spend more. And it's really hard to tell what's gonna happen with this meeting and how expensive it will be or how much it will be covered. We have $6,000 in the budget for meetings, and with the last meeting,
How much did we spend on the last one?
meeting in New Orleans cost us $117, so hopefully we've got over 3,000 to cover expenses this meeting. If it doesn't work out, but we need to try to figure out a better solution, because I don't feel like our money should be going to pay for our meetings, which a lot of like expenses is we make reservations in a restaurant and then not enough people
Right.
to cover it. And so we're gonna have to figure out a better system that we don't guarantee until we have a better feel for.
Right.
it. If
Until we
that
collect
means
it.
they have to pay sooner.
Pay
Yes,
ahead.
Gotta pay in June.
it's gonna have to be paid sooner, I think.
You guarantee on who's paid, period.
Right.
Then you get the
because
last minute
That would be
people.
my biggest recommendation, is that we figure out a better system so we're not losing money in restaurants.
Do you ever return money to people who don't show up?
No.
No,
Only if I will refund money if we made money on that
right.
particular restaurant.
Like when I couldn't get there from New Orleans, I gave my dinners that I
Yeah.
paid for to I gave it to Deborah.
And actually, sometimes, like, there was a time when I said, well, I can't refund you the money for this dinner, but I can for this one, because we made a little, we made $200, so I can give you back your money. But if we've lost money, I don't refund it.
And I think you know that when you make
I
a
think we all
reservation.
know that.
Yeah.
Yeah, you didn't find out, you know.
But I think that's a budget item that we could really work on.
Yes,
I mean, we
I agree.
$6,000 in budget for meetings. And part of that, I mean, Lucy, bless her heart, she wanted to make sure that everybody could afford to come to these meetings. and
Right.
these dinners, so she would intentionally charge less for the dinner than she knew it would cost, so that
Well-
everybody could come.
I never did that, I always added a few dollars.
Mhm.
So
I was.
that's why we kept giving more and more to budget for meetings, but I don't think that's where we should be spending money.
No, I
So
always,
that's my biggest,
$32, I always charge 35.
right, and then sometimes you still wouldn't have enough, because by the time they add it
Well,
on.
it's the alcohol that makes
Well,
the price.
it just, and your numbers.
But,
Really depends on the guarantee.
we need to figure out a better system to
So
cover our
that's
expenses.
what restaurants want you to sign this contract, sign
Yes.
50 people. You
Yes.
wanna have 50.
You have to have a minimum, you have to have this, you have to have that. So Sharon, we're gonna bring this up tomorrow at the board meeting, right? We'll talk about that. You'll bring that up, right? So we can
Yeah.
talk about
So
how,
our
but I
biggest-
agree.
Our biggest expenses, although one of our biggest expense items is allowing the president to travel. Very seldom does our president use all that money, but
Yeah.
But it's on the, in
it's
the
there
budget.
just
yeah.
in case,
Okay.
like if they were gonna go to DC to something, or they were gonna go to
I don't think I ever
a
used to.
local auxiliary.
Yeah, I
He
did.
used to travel around and visit.
Right,
local
right, right,
auxiliaries.
right.
Why did
Yeah.
To be that so much.
I have not been invited, no.
Then we have 6,000 in the auxiliary support. We
Yes,
have-
we use that,
And
we use
That's
that.
important,
do
yeah.
that, and that's important. We have 9,000 for toy,
Right?
winners, and then
Use that.
2,000
We use
for
that.
Lily and Jarvis toy, but that usually is covered by them, and then 10,000 for the Gruttenmeyer, but that's also covered.
Right.
But then this year I've upped the travel expense allowance to 5,000, because the Gruttenmeyer person is coming.
Right.
Yeah,
So that should be covered, so we have.
It should be covered, even though it's not this year.
And a Gruttenmeyer, So maybe not all 5 people would come, but I feel like I have to.
It needs to be
Just in
budgeted.
case.
So
You
that's
have to put it
5,000.
in.
You have to put it in.
In fact, I told Cameron, I got an email from him wanting to know if he could bring his suitcase to the breakfast, because he has to check out of the hotel before our breakfast is over. And I said, that's fine. I said, by the way, I don't know if you know, but you will be getting $1,000 to cover your travel expenses. Because I don't know that anybody told him that.
Well, and so we've done it different ways. In the past, we've given them the money.
Well,
The
actually,
last time we reimbursed. Because what happened was we had 2 people sign up to and have airfare and then we canceled the meeting.
Yeah.
Yes,
we can.
Their
Yeah.
airfare. So I don't know, since I'm not a toy person, I don't know what the people are told. If they're told they'll get $1,000 towards.
They're told
Up
$1,000.
to 1,000.
Up
If,
to,
you know,
no,
just
we're
how
told,
you word it. If it's up to 1,000 to cover your expenses, so if their expenses are only 800, then we only give you
well,
that.
I
Or if it's just a flat, we give you $1,000.
$1,000, no, because Kara asked Noel, you have to turn in receipts for whatever you spent on airfare and hotels, and Noel said, oh, we're giving you $1,000, you don't have to turn in a
Yeah.
receipt.
Oh, she's on.
well, because by the time you figure out, they're gonna spend more, because by the time you get an airfare and a hotel, you've busted it already.
Yeah.
And meals and whatnot, so yeah.
Yeah.
He's coming
So
by
we,
himself.
we've just been telling you $1,000 for travel expenses. And this year it works because Rex isn't coming, but we can take his 1,000 and give it to Cameron. But we need to
So-
budget the
so-
5.
We do.
Again, then that's something we need to think about. Do we want it to cost them money to come? Now, some people, like if it just so happened we had a teacher in Denver, then they wouldn't have very many
True.
expenses.
Right.
But you can't,
Guaranteed that.
would we still give that person $1,000?
Yeah, it seems to me, we did have a local teacher somewhere in New York or somewhere, they could drive or take the subway to the, this was years ago.
Was not involved, in it, I don't know.
Well,
I think you said, I think that phrase up to has to be in that.
Yeah.
Well, if you're
So
giving
then-
$1,000.
So then they would have to turn in their.
Right, they would have to turn in receipts,
Right.
I guess. I
So
don't
that's-
remember how we handled it.
My second question is, because we're now awarding 5 awards, it's getting a little.
Do we want a hassle track and receipts? Hassle.
Is that a
tracking.
hassle for you, Sharon?
No, we don't pay for the judge to come. Do we?
No,
Oh, well, I don't know.
No, we don't.
No.
we just.
This year, I'm happy to give them each $1,000, but going forward, are we going to say you will be reimbursed up to $1,000?
I think you could say that.
So
I think
then
you're
they
gonna
would
have to
have to
turn
say
in
their
some
receipts.
No.
And then we could also know how much it really is costing them, and maybe we need to raise the amount.
Well, and I'm sure they all spend more.
Yeah, the airfare, yours like $600.
$500-600.
Well, you're gonna get very comfortable, yeah, exactly.
They probably have spent 2 nights in the hotel. Yeah,
At
I
least-
mean, to be fair,
2 nights.
we should say up to 1,000, get their receipts, and then,
And then if it's more, we could.
not this year, because it's kind of late.
Well, yeah, you can't do it now, but,
Right.
and we might poll our previous winners and just say, hey, we're looking at our travel expenses. Can you just give us an idea of what you spent when you came to accept your award? I can do that because I've got all the information
Right.
on the tour.
That'd be great. You could kind of find out.
Yeah, kind of figure out. I'm guessing it's around 1,200.
Because I don't think we should
Have them pay.
have them paying part of their award to get their award.
Well, in the last several years, we've had it by Zoom, so there haven't been any travel expenses for anybody.
The travel and hotels are going up, and I would like to have a better feel that we're covering these people.
Mhm.
Let me do some surveying on
Yeah.
the ones who were not Zoom and see what I can find out.
Find out what these people are paying.
But it's gonna be hard because everything went up post-COVID.
But that's.
Yeah,
the
it's
teachers
everything.
Here now that are coming.
So much
Yeah.
cheaper.
Right.
Okay, the other big ones are the directory, that's $1,400, and the tax prep, which is just over 1,000 this year.
And roster will go up because postage has gone up.
Postage just went up.
Yeah. I'm looking for the,
But yeah, it cost us,
National High School luncheon.
It's a lump sum with the roster.
I raised it to 1,400 in the budget. for this year.
Okay, because postage is not separated out when I submit it, because
Correct.
the company, the quick print does the whole thing.
It used to be that it isn't anymore, and that's fine, but Yeah, this year your expense was $1,192. I raised it in the budget for next year. 14.
That should cover.
Is it for the directory mail? Yeah, some people just opt in electronically.
It is online.
It is
It's
online.
online.
So you could just opt out, say, I don't wanna mail. copy.
So many of our members don't go online.
Oh, I was just thinking of a way to save money, like. you
Like-
don't want red,
Yeah,
you
but
just say,
most
don't
my
send it.
organizations still print a directory.
Yeah.
The
But if you don't want one, I
everybody
guess
wants-
you could just say, I don't want one, and then we don't have to mail it.
Well, then you got, well,
You gotta
yeah,
decide who.
but then you gotta track it in the database. This one gets one, this one
Yeah, yeah.
doesn't, this one does, and then you gotta sort that out for the people who, you know. print
Oh,
it
that's
and
right,
mail
that's
it
right, that's.
And all
yeah.
that. Then you gotta have two
way to
runs.
Save money, and I have had a group do that, is they no longer print.
Bylaws don't even say that. Remember the
Oh, yeah.
ruckus there was 2 years ago? Don't have the bylaws.
What the bylaws in them?
But you
I
could,
just-
Yes, I suggested that too. Yeah,
if you wanna see the bylaws,
Go to
go
the
to this,
website.
this.
we
And
could.
take one page,
Mhm.
and then,
Just 10 pages of that is bylaws.
you wouldn't have to.
And,
print 18 pages of bylaws,
Mhm.
that would save some money.
It would.
bylaws and standing rules, maybe we should print the standing rules, no?
The standing rules probably should be printed.
Not very long.
Page, I think.
They're not very long.
They're one page.
We're fixing to
Yeah,
change
they
the
take
bylaws.
two
But
pages.
we've gone through this, how many
How many
times,
times?
people still want that direct.
They want to have it when they're in the meeting so they can refer to it,
That's true.
and they don't want to have to look it up.
I do use it
online.
all the time, it's just very easy.
It
I
is,
do
it
use the
is.
directory bylaws a lot. When you're president.
Especially when
You
you're
use it a
typing
lot.
things on, you're referring back online to something, you know.
That could be one of the things that the president does, is print out the bylaws for the people coming. to
And
the-
actually, I did make a copy of all the bylaws for
You did.
everybody coming,
Yeah.
because we're changing them, so theoretically, I'm supposed to.
Got it.
So it's in there, you've got a copy in the blue folders of the
Right.
bylaws and the
having
proposed
the
changes.
Big copies of the bylaws for the board is a whole lot cheaper than sending
Than your
everybody
bill.
their.
Yeah, yeah, it was cheaper.
To figure out how much it costs to just do 10 pages of bylaws.
Yeah.
And see if we really do save money. The main cost is in the color, the printing, the envelopes, the postage. Postage would be a little bit less without the extra pages.
What about if we do the cover not in color? Would that say very much?
Don't have to be in color.
Okay.
I'm sorry.
All right.
Yeah.
Okay.
And every year I try to make it a little bit different. This year it'll probably have a red border or
It's
something.
always very,
So you can always tell.
it's always good. I always look forward to getting it. See what it's gonna look like. It's always very well done.
We always have, and I think Cheryl did this. She had somebody design our logo there.
Yeah, you did.
Yeah, back when Cheryl was president. So we always have that same logo, but just a little bit different
Yeah,
arrangement.
very good. All right,
That's really all, I mean, I'm supposed to present the proposed budget to this group so that they can recommend it to them.
yes,
Right.
yes. So you've presented it.
So, Kitty, mine does not have $2,500 for
Yes, you did.
in this year's budget.
Well, you
We
have
agreed on it
here.
last year.
For this year's proposed budget,
Oh, I didn't look at
I
that.
do not have, I have it.
That's why I have to
We paid it
ask.
this year. We budgeted last year, we paid it. I didn't know if we were doing it again this year.
Right, and that's, well, the committee is.
We have to vote on it.
But we have to present it to the board, because they have to. approve.
Right. So then we can vote on it and then we can just amend the budget. Right?
Right.
So,
Which means that we would be making a budget of
What does it mean?
withdrawn from CAR $40,000.
Where are you looking?
But it's not just the 2,500, you want 500
But if
extra.
we.
yes,
Meeting expense down,
Yeah.
that would be a big help.
if we could get the meeting expense
What's the
down, that
main
would be
cost?
good.
What is the main cost of the meeting expenses? The room?
The restaurants, right? Because we never make the minimum.
Minimum, and then we have.
And
to-
we always reserve a certain amount and then we don't make it.
Well, that's easy to fix.
That's what we've got
Well,
to
I
fix.
think that, yeah.
Well, you get the money and you make reservations for who's paid.
They want the reservations before we ask people to RSVP. They want, the restaurants want you to guarantee before we.
Well, we
that's
don't-
why I'm saying.
we don't
need
do
to
it.
Ask people for their money.
But ask it
in advance.
earlier, yeah.
Yeah.
And then we call them and say, we have 35 paid heads. And if you don't reserve, you're not gonna be there.
And
Yeah.
I wasn't in San Antonio, but that San Antonio meeting cost us $7,400.
Wow, it was a great meeting.
Did we pay for the women's room where we had that
Sit and check them out.
nice dinner?
What did we pay for it?
What was it was the women's.
It was at the women's
organization.
club. I was there at COVID.
Yeah.
Women's club, that was lovely. Very-
That was a lot of people that couldn't come because of COVID. Yeah. Yeah, I didn't get to.
They wanted an extra.
Did we pay the women's club for that
Well,
event?
In the past, I have seen where Jeannie Skilton saved all of these things from other events, you know, for years and years. And what they would do is they would just say, we're gonna go to this restaurant, we've got this many spaces. And that's
First come,
it,
first served?
Reserved.
or they did a Dutch treat kind of
Well,
thing,
that's what we're doing tonight, Dutch Street.
right,
So that's it.
and
But a lot of restaurants won't let you do
yeah.
They want an upfront deposit or guarantee.
Especially because now they don't have people, servers, and
Yeah.
they're short staffed.
true.
and-
that. Just charge everybody something to come to the meeting, like $30 or something. I mean.
You mean just like an.
For
additional-
incidentals?
It's not like a
Well,
meeting.
we used to
And that's
do,
not gonna cover anything, it's just gonna be
We used
registration.
to charge 25
yeah,
cents.
we used to do
We
that.
used to do that.
Yeah.
Yeah. and then I don't know why we just waived it.
Can we bring that up?
Microphone.
Yeah, let's bring that up.
Yeah,
Right.
it
Well,
should
Why don't
be,
you bring that up?
It should be tomorrow for the microphone and for the AV and everything, so.
Yeah, see, we have to pay for all.
Well, we have to have it.
So we need to charge extra for that.
it should be
Registration.
a plus because we know that after COVID, everything went up.
Well, that's.
Yeah.
So it's basically like a meeting with.
Especially restaurant food prices.
Any conference you go to, they charge a registration fee, every
Right.
law conference.
Right, I know, it is expensive.
Yes, it's expensive, they say,
Yeah,
that's
we
just a
do.
registration fee,
Yeah.
and then you pay all this other stuff too, that's why we can't
And
charge
I thought,
that.
why we stopped doing that?
And $25 is nothing. I've seen them for $100.
We've got $530 for the audio, the podium, and
That's right.
the.
That-
We had to have the Zoom screen.
We had to have it.
Everything is. Well, we should start with registration.
That was always.
Whatever.
Oh,
Well, I think we should bring that. up.
Let's bring it up.
We should have a registration fee of $50.
Let's get up in the meeting tomorrow.
Not us covering all our restaurant bills,
Well,
not the
it's
two.
The restaurants, the breakfast store is $19.95. And I'm asking people to pay $35, but that's helping to cover all this other stuff.
So tomorrow when we do the treasurer's report, do you want to bring that up about a registration fee? Let's do it kind of when we're talking about money.
Sure.
Or do you want to, okay.
Sure.
Okay, and I'm taking notes too, so that y'all remember, y'all have.
It's reasonable and, you know, we all get here, we're not poor people, you know, if you can't afford it, don't come. I mean,
Well, I was gonna say, I'm not worried about affordability, if you just say, if you can't afford it, we'll waive it for you. or
Right.
something, Right.
Right.
I'm gonna say you can.
Well, no, I'm just saying.
Yeah.
Well, of course.
Unless you're not passive.
I'm just saying to you guys, maybe we could say, we have a waiver, I don't know what, you know,
I know,
whatever you
I know what
can
you're
do. We want everybody to come, if this is an issue, please contact.
But that's a hotel and the plane or whatever.
if you have a better idea, present it to the group.
Yeah, we'll talk about it tomorrow.
You know, the hotel charges you $50 a day here for incidentals, and then they take it off if you don't use it. at the
Correct.
End of the deal. So it's not unusual to pay upfront for what you might use.
Yeah, it's just, yeah, I mean, if you're putting a plane ticket in a hotel, I don't think actually $35 or even $50 is a big
Oh,
difference. Is it?
You are in the picture, the flag's been covered.
You know, and,
Yeah, well, and if you fly out of Washington DC, pay extra taxes for airport.
You charge.
And Dulles Airport is less expensive if you fly out of Dulles, so there you go.
Well, I think that's a good idea. We just to help, because we don't want to be.
and we've done it in the past, it just sort of faded.
Oh,
I think it faded away because of COVID. We had COVID, and then when it kicked back in again, that dropped.
Could that be a motion or a recommendation from the executive committee?
Yeah.
To present
Yes.
to the board tomorrow?
Yes.
For them to vote on it? And I don't know quite how you would word that. I mean, do you want a fixed amount or just a suggestion?
Well, you'd have.
A
to
fixed
discuss
amount.
it.
We could discuss
But
it.
to present
Right,
to the board for discussion.
$75 maybe.
I think that's gonna hurt people. not hurt them, I shouldn't say that, that's not the right word, but my
Sharon,
discouraged me.
We didn't say anything about the LRE budget of 250. Since COVID and since I haven't been coming, I haven't been using that, plus all of the projects that I have on the web and things, they're already there and already paid for. Like I will probably turn in some of this that I've done that I'll be giving you all tomorrow.
Right.
But the others I just donated because I sent, when I wasn't coming, I sent to the winners, the packets that I will give out to the winners
Oh,
this
nice.
time.
Oh, good.
So I
we
just
could lower
donated
that?
that, yeah.
Or keep it or lower that amount or keep it.
Well, keep it there, so
So it's available.
if the project comes up, we have some money we can work with,
I would take it off.
or just a guarantee saying that I can ask for
Now, I
more
also
money.
want people to understand, I don't carry, like, if you don't use it this year, I don't carry it over to next year.
Right, but that's
Right.
okay.
It's-
It's just this.
That's
it's
normal
just that
with-
We don't have to take as much money out of cars, we thought.
Right.
Which is so far this year, you know, I thought we were gonna have to take 35,000 out, so far we've only had to take 31. But, you know, it depends.
We need to find a way to reduce the expenses, period, or we're gonna eat into what we've got. And you're right, it should not be paying for, we should pay for expenses for the meeting. Period.
Yeah, I
Not
remember
for
we used
the-
to, we used to have that meeting
Except
fee a long time
expenses
ago.
Like the podium and all that.
Well, that's for the
That's
meeting.
neat. That's
Right,
neat.
yeah,
right.
You have to have those.
Right.
Not the restaurants
No,
and all the
no.
others.
No, you shouldn't be.
That should be
Right.
self-funded.
We just need a better organizational plan for this.
I think it's a great idea to charge a fee, and maybe we can charge less than 75. What do y'all think, like 50?
50.
Well, we can hear from some of
Yeah,
the,
that's-
We'll talk tomorrow. We'll discuss it. Let's discuss it tomorrow.
because there were discussions when they took it off, and
Oh, that's
I don't
right.
remember why they.
I
were
don't remember
trying
why
to
we
take
took it off.
I don't either.
What about having a catering? Okay,
Having a what?
in the evenings, have it catered.
Catered.
It probably does that.
In a hotel room,
Yeah, I mean, you probably have to pay for the room.
pay for the room, pay for the catering, and it'd be less
It's not
expensive.
cheap.
No, it's
I
not.
know.
And the hotels
Just
always.
Yeah, some of these breakfasts, like, we used to, like, tomorrow morning, we would maybe have coffee and stuff.
Oh, I know.
That was super, that became
Well,
super
hotel,
expensive.
yeah.
The hotel, we had to quit doing that.
Right.
We did it last year in New Orleans because there was a reason.
I don't know the reason.
We
but
got
I
a
know
pretty-
We had a nice little breakfast at the.
It
meeting,
was very nice,
and it
but
was
then,
expensive.
yeah, then we decided we better not. I don't remember why we did that. But we did.
Well, it was something different, it was nice.
I think they gave us a little, pretty good deal on it.
I don't know, that may be the reason.
I think they gave us,
Maybe we had to spend so much.
I think so. I think there was a reason that we let them do that.
Well, maybe
There's the cash.
Right, I think they wanted us to do that.
And you have to use the hotel food if you're in a hotel.
Yeah.
so. That was the thing we ran into in Chicago, when we had the installation Chicago officers.
Yeah,
Yeah.
We had to use their
hotel
food.
is
Yes,
always
yes.
expensive.
Okay, I'm just gonna put in the minutes, we need a
have a
reservation, a
discussion.
registration fee for attending meetings. And we need to organize restaurant reserving better. And this is a recommendation from the executive committee.
yeah, and we'll discuss tomorrow at the board, meeting.
This also happened because most restaurants are just not, I own this restaurant, they're big corporations.
Yes,
And they.
you're not working with
make
mom
money.
and pop.
Not mom and pop, no.
We need to find mom and pops.
Yeah. I bet that, but even so,
It
I'm
does
sure
have to
they
be
have,
elegant.
they have to have some kind of thing where they can't lose like
Right,
20
Well,
reservations.
when I did it, I'd always go on TripAdvisor, and if it was 4 stars, I scratch
Forget
it
it.
off. And I do 3 stars or 2 stars.
Yeah.
How do I find these? I
You
don't
mean
know how
dollar
she
signs?
did it. Yeah.
The dollar
The
signs.
doctor's signs.
And I always trusted TripAdvisor. And
Yeah.
And they're usually pretty good.
And I'd read the reviews, and it sounded good, because, you know, we go to these places and I had no idea what
Yeah.
the restaurants are like.
It's a tough job.
it is.
That would be that. How did you do that so many years?
I know.
No, I live with it, I knew, why'd you get your?
You think what?
By making people pay sooner.
I think.
Yeah, just, I think so. We're just gonna have to start sooner and have people pay sooner. So that means whoever is in charge of the restaurants, if Joette continues to do it, we're gonna have to work fast sooner.
Yeah.
We're gonna have to start sooner, plan sooner.
So I'm putting in that.
So, okay, y'all,
We got through anything else?
no, we did treasure. Okay, so we're good on treasurer's report? Okay. So, go ahead.
I just wanted to say, is this the time you wanted to?
I'm way down the list.
Oh, okay.
He's on there.
Because it was financial.
Okay, and I think, okay, do we have anyone that wants to give an officer report? Kitty, is this when you want to do that, or do we want to go and wait till later?
No, let's go down.
Let's
the
keep
list.
going. I don't, is anyone else, since we just kind of did officer reports, does anybody else have anything they want to say?
No.
We just kind of did that in our committee reports, right? So we're good? Okay. Bylaws changes, just a reminder, I made copies of all the bylaws. They're in the blue folders and it shows the changes. So we'll vote on that tomorrow in our board meeting, correct?
Right.
That's when we vote on it, right? Okay. So, yeah, and the bylaws changes are also listed in, I believe, our minutes from the executive committee from last year because we talked about them. And Judy Weldy, helped with all that.
Okay.
I haven't been able to get a hold of her lately, but
I
previously.
finally got a hold of her.
Oh, you did?
Yeah. She's on her way to Washington DC. She has a granddaughter that's going to be going to Clemson to just graduated from high school and she and her husband are going to DC this week.
Okay,
And so she won't even be in on the Zoom meetings.
okay, she won't be in on the Zoom, okay. But Judy is aware and she helped with the wording.
She also has an ambulatory problem right now. She's really not recovered completely from that hip surgery.
Oh, no.
She has to use a walker. And she keeps saying she's going to get herself in better shape so that she can come and do the things, but
Yeah,
she would
I'm glad
like,
you talked
like
to
to
her.
come back. She's 10 years younger than I am. So,
I'm so glad you talked to her, that's good. Okay.
Well, as we say, it's only a number.
Don't let
that's
them-
right.
Yeah. So we'll do those bylaws changes, we'll get that voted on, and then we'll have that corrected for the directory. So we need to make sure before we print the directory that we have the corrected bylaws.
yes.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, and then we've already talked about Toy and Jarvis, we've already
Right.
talked about that, we've already talked about the scholarship,
We did,
great, we talked
right.
about that in committee. The judicial award, Jamie's not here, nor is Rita.
It
Thompson.
will be.
Rita is supposed to be here, however, she texted me, I got an
Oh.
email from her late last night that her husband's brother was in ICU. And she said, I'll keep you posted, well, I tried emailing her and texting her, I haven't heard a word. So Rita may not be here,
Who else
so
on that
someone's gonna have to
committee?
talk about
The judge.
the
We don't know
judge
anything
at the
about her.
breakfast, so
Do we know anything about the judge?
we can look online and get
Could
stuff.
we ask her if she's already written up something? She could
She
just
said
email it for us to read.
She hasn't said a report on the judge, no.
Well, she could do it by Zoom.
She can do it by Zoom, but I can't get on,
What if for somebody's in the hospital?
her brother-in-law, it's her husband's brother.
If she's
Oh.
already, if she was planning on coming, she would
Maybe
probably.
They
she's-
just said they were coming
So then she must have,
before all
You know
this.
what, ask her to send her report that she was gonna present, if she's not able to.
Okay,
make it.
I'll ask
Because
her.
we can't just pick up.
I know.
she
But
can
y'all,
email-
I may or may not hear back from her at all, I don't know. So
Yeah,
we're gonna have to be ready.
We've got till Friday.
We've got till Friday, so we're gonna have to.
We may have president.
Do we know his name? Her.
Oh, yeah, it's Andrea Duffy, and it's the first time we've had a woman get the award for.
There's stuff
Yeah.
online about it.
There's stuff online about it. She's awesome.
Does Janie have anything at all?
I can ask Jamie. Jamie's
Rita
gone.
was gonna do it. You know what, we can make something.
We'll figure it out.
We got to-
We'll figure it out. We got till Friday. Maybe I'll hear, maybe Rita will show up tomorrow.
Yeah, that's okay, it's, tomorrow's only.
Thursday. Tomorrow's Thursday. So they may be in the car. I think were they gonna
They drive from Texas.
I don't know.
I don't know.
So
We
that's
go
all
from
we know.
Michigan.
That's all we know, but we have
Okay,
tomorrow
we'll wait
and we
and
have
see.
all tomorrow to figure out Friday what we're gonna say about Judge
That's
Duffy,
somebody can make a
but
switch.
she sounds amazing and I'm so excited.
Yeah,
And
great.
she's wonderful and she's coming and she's bringing her son to the awards.
That'd be-
Okay, one quick thing here. I just got a note back from Cameron.
Oh.
He said, yes, I was told about the additional funds for travel,
Okay.
for which I'm very appreciative. It really made it all possible for me to be there.
Oh,
So
I'm
there
sure
you go.
it is, I'm sure it
Yeah.
is. We give them much.
just,
Okay.
Give the kid the money.
FYI.
okay. All right, so we'll talk about the judicial award and figure out who's gonna, hopefully Rita will show up tomorrow. Okay, the book donations,
Yes,
we've
you're
already got
talking
labels
about-
in there and they're all set up, thanks to Janet, who set all this up today.
Good.
Oh, good. Bring more books, we've got more labels, so just bring them
Because
before.
they're
and we
gonna
can
be
leave- Yes, you can leave stuff in here, but I wouldn't leave anything that's, like, I wouldn't leave like your purse.
Yeah.
But we can leave like we're gonna leave this, I'm just gonna shut the door.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
And it's until Friday. The book
But he's coming Friday afternoon, his name is Michael, I've already contacted him and told him about the room craziness. I told him we're here, he is so nice and they are so appreciative.
Oh, that's great.
He is so excited and he's bringing people from the reading committee. So it'll be more than just
Oh,
him
that's great, yeah.
on Friday afternoon. So they will be
Tell
here.
us how you found him.
I went online and I looked at different nonprofits in Colorado. And I contacted a couple, including him, several, and he responded back. And he was like, we can use the books, we would love that.
You have his name.
Yes, his name is Michael. I have more information, and he is the, well, he's actually, I think, the office administrator, not the executive director, but he's the office administrator. And I have he sent me a little bio on him, so I have stuff to say for him. His name is Michael Taylor,
Okay, that's
and the nonprofit is Colorado Youth for a Change.
That's great.
Colorado
Yeah.
Youth for a Change.
Just going through the books, I'd like to read all of these.
His name's Michael Taylor. Colorado Youth for a
I'll ask
Change.
you.
And his name's Michael Taylor. So he'll be here Friday, and if y'all have more books to bring, go ahead and bring them, and I've got more labels in there, we can put labels, cause Noelle made the little labels
Oh,
and
she had a name.
she,
Oh.
well, she had it made and I had them printed or whatever,
was it.
we got it all. worked out.
I
She
have-
sent
I
me-
have a question.
Yes.
I always give the coloring book that I put into mine.
Yes.
What do them? But what about giving them a constitution with a little lesson plan that they?
They would love
Would they
that,
use that?
yes, because the
Okay,
whole,
'cause I have enough of those that I could give.
yes, because the whole
I
organization.
never thought of doing the constitution one.
No, because what they do, the organization is not just a reading, what they do is all these kids are from pre-K through high school, these kids have been picked or selected as at risk for dropping out of school. So they help them academically, they help them with reading programs, they help encourage them. So these kids are all kids that because of family issues or something going on, they're at risk for dropping out of school. And this organization, so anything that's educational, anything that's civics, anything, they would love. So, that's what they do.
Constitutions be great.
See, I was planning for 30, so I have plenty I could leave for them. I'm passing out.
Yeah,
stuff
leave
again
some,
like I
yeah,
taught before.
yeah. Excellent. So, okay, I'm excited. I can't wait to meet them in person.
Mhm.
So,
That's good.
okay, and then do we need to say anything about the awards
I'm gonna
breakfast?
tell you, the worst breakfast is 9:00, but I know that some of us are gonna get there early to get
Yeah.
this set up.
Yeah.
And the meal, you wanna know what you're eating, I think you do. It's an American breakfast, scrambled eggs with cheddar cheese, applewood smoked bacon, home-style hash browns. Then we're gonna have family-style seasonal fruit and family-style breakfast Danish, because we're not gonna have flowers on the table, because this is much nicer, just have Danish and food on the table, and they just serve it, and it's not buffet, it's plated. And so we're gonna have them plated at 9:15 and allow about a half hour for everybody to eat. You can eat while cooking's going on. And then I'm gonna start the program about 9:45 because we've got lots of teachers, we've got lots of things to do, and I don't want people
Right,
to be there all day. Plus, we're
right.
gonna be out by
And we have a
11:30.
meeting. And we have a meeting that afternoon and we already have, here's the program.
Oh, can I have a copy of that? I need to tell the teachers when they're gonna be on.
You can, do you mind if you have one that had the mistake,
I don't
that had Rexy?
No,
instead
it's
of Rex?
fine.
We fixed them. We fixed them. So
Rexy.
that's one of the
Sexy
bad.
Rexy.
So these will be the programs that we had printed up. And we also, another reason we decided not to do flowers is that's just an added expense.
It's an expense for
And
2 hours, you know, it's just.
and I would, although we love flowers and they're
We
beautiful,
love-
it's just,
yeah,
it's too much.
But then nobody can take them home.
Nobody who takes them home.
Complaints and everything like that.
Big problem, buddy.
Yeah, right,
And
that's
I
the
will
problem.
mention that we're going to have a separate coffee station with juices and hot tea. So that'll be separate and that'll be going on. Plus, we're going to have water pitchers and they'll be serving water. So you have a preset water. And I said, Jennifer suggested extra water and they said, oh, but of course. So they've been very cooperative and I think it's going to be great and I think it'll be fun. So
And it's at Denver Athletic Club.
Denver, oh yes, I should tell you.
And that's really nice,
Club.
apparently.
Apparently, it's very nice. It's a private club on Glen Arm Place. And it is walking distance, but I'm not sure how long a
I
walk.
think you have to go across the expressway or something. I think you ought to probably.
No, I
know.
No, I could see where we're out walking today. And
Oh, you saw,
yeah, and it just.
We're all hijacked, they're all. Jaywalking across the street.
Well, I know the road crosses it. It may go under it, it may go over it. I don't know.
And how did we find the Denver Athletic?
Yes, because as you know, Lucy usually does all this. But, my husband's a member of the Army Navy Club in DC and it's reciprocity.
Yeah.
And this was the one in Denver, so
Perfect.
we called, they said, sure, and that's how.
Yeah, and I'm so glad you did.
It's about a 15-minute walk. It's a longer walk, yeah.
Well, I think that you may have got stuff to carry, which a lot of you will, an Uber is ideal.
Yeah.
So everybody just get there, somehow just
And
get
also,
there.
if you're driving, I do have coupons that you can pay just $10 for parking in the building as opposed to 25 or something. So I get a discount. So
So
let me know
we'll
if
be
you're gonna
doing
drive.
Ubering then from here too.
Yeah, but we're not gonna all, well, you can if you want to meet with certain people, but like some of us are going early, some of us are going.
Yeah.
So just,
It said it was a 10-minute walk from here. You go Welton Street, 0.35 miles, a left on 14th, take a right on Glenham Place and. it's right
Oh,
there.
okay. Well, that's not too bad.
So unless you're carrying a lot of stuff. It depends how you feel.
yeah, and it starts at 9.
I've been carrying it through the
So-
airports.
Exactly, yeah.
Yeah.
So.
Everybody get there a little before 9.
I
if you
like
can.
people to get.
Be there before 9. A little before it starts, so we can start at 9.
Teachers.
How much time would
I think
we
we need to
allow to
stress
get an
that
Uber and go?
Yes.
Just.
A couple minutes.
How much?
I've used it 2 or 3 times I've been here. They're here in 10
The
minutes.
Ubers are fast, but how long would it take the Uber to get there, you think, just
Well,
10 minutes?
less than 15.
Yeah,
Probably take it 5 minutes.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it's 10 minutes to walk.
So
Just to
about
walk,
45
yeah.
minutes allow for Ubering over.
Depends on traffic.
Well,
Well,
That's why-
at 9 o'clock in the morning, I don't
Busy
have to.
we'll probably be there at 15. Yeah.
Well, allow 15 minutes, yeah, if you're Ubering.
Yeah.
and everybody bring your name tags to the breakfast, please,
Yes.
on Friday, and bring them, wear them tomorrow, because I didn't make extra name tags for us for the breakfast, this is it. Just like your teacher says, you can't hang with these.
But there will be name cards on the table.
Yes,
So you'll know
thank-
what table you're sitting
Yes,
on.
you will know where you're sitting.
Their names,
One's
place
assigned
names.
the space.
Yes.
Okay.
Everybody's been very busy. Great.
It's been,
It's a community.
it's a
effort.
community effort.
It's a village.
But it's been
That's what I
great.
said, it's a village.
And tomorrow we'll remind everybody to bring your name tags. Okay,
It's a benefit of awareness, yes.
oh, sorry.
And just say one thing, just
Yes.
stress this tomorrow about arriving before 9 o'clock.
Yeah, get there, I don't want people like walking in like at
Yeah.
5 after,
Right.
why don't we want people to try and get there at 5? Yes.
We're the hosts and hostesses.
Be there a quarter
There's
till.
going to be a table, 6-foot table outside the room with name tags.
Yes.
And 2 chairs. I don't know who those 2 people are gonna be, we'll just, whoever's available will sit there.
Yeah, and that way they'll tell you where to sit,
And there'll be the teachers that are coming in and, you know, that's who don't.
right, so
So we need 2 people to sit, or 1.
we'll stress for everybody to get there a little bit early.
Yeah, and,
Because we gotta, and once the breakfast is over, everybody comes back and then we start our meetings at 1,
whatever
tomorrow
time that
afternoon.
is, yeah.
Friday afternoon at 1. Yeah, and everybody has the schedule in your blue folder and everybody, that's your blue folder to keep for the whole time. So the awards breakfast is coming. Thank you, Kitty, for getting that organized. Thank you, Barbara, for making all the place cards and arranging all the teachers.
As we talked about, it's a village.
It is, it takes the whole, yes.
So,
Okay, the ABA mid-year meeting, I show it's supposed to be in Louisville in February. Do I have that wrong? Is that
That's
correct?
ABA.
But we're thinking about switching it. So we can talk about that tomorrow. Do we want to discuss the mid-year, which is gonna be in February 2024?
Well, I made some inquiries, because Gene Skilton said, we haven't been to Washington since, I don't know when Kitty. when-
President was 20 years
Yeah,
ago,
I participated. What year?
2004.
wow.
That's what I said,
She
20 years ago.
she said that she and her husband have gone through there and she thought it was not very nice.
Oh, Louisville?
Not DC.
Louisville.
I'm not sure you're DC.
Oh, I don't want to live.
Well, she's pushing DC. and-
I've never been to Louisville, has anybody?
I've been to Louisville.
How do you feel about it?
It was so long ago. I can't remember.
I love Louisville. I was
The
with that
horses were
when-
there, right?
But it wasn't, it was in October and it was not.
The
in-
horse farms are gorgeous.
Yeah. But then February might be a different.
Yeah.
It's not very big.
Well, it would entail
Around the lot.
She doesn't want to go in February because it's cold and snowy.
No.
Well,
see,
nobody
that's
does.
the question. In February in DC, you never know. We've had ice storms.
Right.
And we've
And
had.
so,
Boston.
because we can change the time.
We did for San Antonio, we
We did
changed
change
the time.
it to April.
So we could think of March, April, and
Well,
cherry blossom is a busy time.
It's really tough to
And
get
I-
a hotel.
I mean, I don't know how much the travel and events people would be involved, but I did make some calls. I have a list on. I don't know where I put it, but it's somewhere around and about in my papers.
So do y'all think, do we need to have like, work, since Janet's gonna be the president, Janet, do we need to have like a little, because we can't probably make up everything, decide everything at the meeting tomorrow. Should we have like a little committee? Should y'all, and then,
Well, it'd be
or
like
what do you think?
travel and events, but I
Yeah.
looked. There's several places. There's a place called, the Lombardi Hotel. 2019 Pennsylvania Avenue, it's near GW campus. It's a small hotel, it's a historic hotel, and they can't give you any numbers because they want to know the dates. And I said, I don't have any dates, I don't know.
Well, I think we need a committee to discuss location. And then
And
decide.
dates, and dates.
And dates, yeah.
Exactly,
The
yes.
biggest problem you run into when you go somewhere other than the extended meeting room.
We have to make a meeting.
We have to, that's it.
But in smaller hotels,
Yeah.
but if you're in a
That's it.
smaller hotel, you may not have to.
No, they said they have 3 meeting rooms. Then there's another place called the Mansion on O, which is 2 mansions in DuPont Circle. And it's kind of weird. If you look at these places online, they have secret doors and it's all a collection of stuff and it's been there a long. Very famous people have stayed here,
Oh.
out of the way. And I wasn't able to contact them, but it sleeps 2 to 40 people and they do have an event planner. Now, again, prices are questionable. They said we can't do anything until you give us
Yeah,
some dates.
That's right.
And the question also like, do you have elevators, do you have that kind of thing in?
Is it accessible?
So that kind of
Yeah.
stuff,
That's a good question.
That's a good
That's a
point.
good
Accessibility.
question. I have to have it elevated.
Usually, do they have to have that now, or no, not necessarily?
Well,
Do
it has
they
to be
have to
ADA.
now, or not necessarily?
Yeah.
And what's that place called, Janet?
The mansion.
Hotel
on it.
Lombardi,
Oh.
and then I also looked into another one. It's a historic property, it's called the Morrison Clark Inn, and it's been there forever and forever, and I did go to a wedding here, it's very lovely. It's close to Union Station, but it's sort of a questionable neighborhood, the Washington Convention Center. And I don't know that you'd wanna be out at night.
But, yeah, the questionable neighborhood is a problem.
I mean,
Then
I
I-
kept thinking about Santa Barbara too, because that would be an ideal.
Oh, God, that'd be fabulous.
February, unfortunately, is when the International Film Festival comes there.
Oh.
So that,
Movie stars. The movie stars.
yeah, well, I mean, a lot of people come in, to
What
do the
time of
film.
year is that?
Hmm?
What months?
February.
February,
Well, we could do another time.
yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, that is a possibility, but the rates are going up.
Or, while we're thinking about this, what about the next year's main meeting in August?
When is that, where is that?
Chicago.
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 We don't wanna go to Chicago right now.
Oh.
No.
Maybe it's so many
We need to
times.
Have a meeting place committee.
I think so too,
I think,
to help,
yeah,
to Janet.
Janet,
Janet, what do you think?
But I can check, I will check into anything that you want me to in Santa Barbara, and I'll try and think of.
You're gonna switch the February meeting, like I've already booked a vacation in April.
You had, where are we going?
The Royal
To
Legion.
Greece.
Oh, lovely.
That's
You
good.
like to do what?
I mean, if you're talking about changing the February meeting to a different time, I mean, I purposely didn't pick to go on a vacation in February because I had the meeting. Plus my husband had the ABA that.
Right.
I just booked a trip in April, so.
Well, then tell us what dates you're gone and we'll do it differently.
Yeah.
Greece in April.
But again, if you do Chicago, that's so far in advance and
all of us have been to Chicago
Oh.
numerous times.
And my husband hates San Francisco. He's been there so.
Oh,
No, you don't wanna go.
I
to
don't
San
wanna go
Francisco. Nobody wants to go now. Yeah.
I just wanna go see my grandson. that's
Yeah.
all.
I think you need to figure out date and then start looking for hotels.
I think if you could try and keep us close to the February, maybe early March dates. You know,
I have a cruise booked in.
Yeah.
Oh,
That's what I'm saying, if you start
Yeah, I
changing
think
the
you need
dates,
to
some of
probably
this
just
stuff-
keep
Just stick with February, but not Louisville. I don't, I've never been to Louisville. Is it cold in Louisville?
Yeah,
It would be,
it
yeah.
can be.
Yeah.
Why don't they?
It can have
be.
snow too.
I don't know, I never.
Cold
That's
months.
pretty.
I live in Austin, so I'm.
Well,
You're ready to go.
Well, let's go to Louisville and find another place for August.
We could do that.
We don't.
We could do that.
We can't with the Bible, we gotta meet with the aviators, the annual meeting.
Okay, well, is that in the Bible?
Oh, that's in the bylaws?
I didn't think
We
that's
should have
in the
changed that.
Bible.
We need to change that.
Well, I think I'm right on this.
It's in the
Kitty,
bylaws.
according to the bylaws, don't we have to have our annual meeting for the aviators?
I think we changed it. We changed
I
it.
thought it was the mid-year meeting you
I
checked.
think you're right.
Have we
Oh.
changed that?
I
It's
don't,
the mid-year we can choose. The annual, I believe.
I don't
Let
think
me
we
look.
changed the annual, I think we changed the mid-year
I
only.
think you're right.
Yeah.
Did we only change it for the one meeting?
Yeah, I think
We
so.
already changed it for the mid-year.
Oh.
This is the time we're going to pass the one that changes it for the
Where
end.
would it be?
Is that in
Is
here?
that part of the bylaw change?
Yes.
No,
I've never seen.
I don't think it is.
No, I don't
Our
think,
bylaws changes are, section, section 8 and section R.
I have to sit here and look at myself.
oh. Here, I can move that.
Ours all have to do with, our changes this year are gonna be,
Yeah, section 8 nomination.
yeah, nomination and then officers.
Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I didn't realize we only changed it for one meeting.
Yeah,
Now it says, annual meeting shall be held, may be held in conjunction, it may be held in conjunction with the annual year meeting of the ABA or with an ABA conference.
oh, well, maybe,
It
that's
may
maybe.
May be held at another location at the discretion of the executive committee on such written notice as shall be deemed possible.
Well, so we don't have
And
to.
it says section 2, mid-year meeting shall be held. It may be held in conjunction with the. mid-year
Maybe.
meeting.
So both meetings.
Both of them are
I
May.
remember
Coming up or we
Maybe,
I
so,
don't
maybe.
So both of them can be changed.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, well, it's
Special
good to know
meeting
we have the
of the
same bylaw.
We kept the same language.
I don't
remember from the
remember that
video.
at
Okay,
But
good.
you have a good memory.
But now it's a maybe. We don't have, it doesn't
You don't
say
have
we have to.
Right, you can do whatever we want.
But we need to make the changes fairly rapidly because people are already asking, like my daughter, because is going along with us. Because we're getting up in years too, so she's coming along to
Good.
take care of her
Well,
parents.
That's nice.
But she
yeah.
needs to know, she's saying, where are you gonna go next year? And I said, we're not going to go to Chicago if I have anything to say about it.
Well, there you go.
But she's wanting to know where, so she can plan around,
Well, it's in August.
around
Is
her
that
things.
The deal, it has to be in August.
No,
Yeah, but in August, we've had heat waves all
Hot
over the
and
country.
humid.
Well, depending on where you go.
Except in Santa Barbara.
Santa Barbara.
Yeah.
It's always
It's pretty perfect.
Maybe this would be the year to go to
So
Santa
maybe
Barbara.
we should try, well, the trouble is, this time, exactly at this time, is Fiesta, Spanish, old Spanish days, it's Fiesta week. so
Fiesta?
Well, yeah, the hotels are all full.
Could we call Oprah?
They're already full for next year.
Put 'em on seat.
They're already,
Pitch a tent on Hollywood Board.
Yeah.
would they be already full for next year at this point?
Yeah.
Well, it's an
some
annual
people,
event.
You know.
Yeah.
But I would be quite willing to.
It could be
talk to
later,
somebody.
it could be later in August, it doesn't have to be the first week.
No, exactly, but that's
No.
usually when Fiesta. is.
That's, August is a little tricky. For
Yeah.
people to go away.
Well, Washington on August, everybody goes away.
Everybody's.
Right, can be hot.
The press up.
But you might even think of Michigan, Mackinac Island or something.
Oh, yeah.
I think, Randy, I've never
Or
been.
or Frankenmuth.
We've never been there.
I've never been. I've always wanted to go to Mackinac. Pardon? It,
How hard is it?
Yeah.
It's not, my son,
that would
his
be-
wife just went.
Yeah.
And it's a lot, no offense, I don't want to spend the whole.
I know.
day traveling.
It's 4 hour drive for them from the airport to get back.
Oh, my God, the airport's where.
they have a small airport, but it would be small planes.
Yeah. My
You
son
get
and
over
his
to it
wife
by
just
ferry
went to
boat.
Mackinac. And
You
they-
would
they
have to
flew
rent a
very
car
good.
to go up there.
Places like Chautauqua in New York. I
Yeah.
always
Yes.
wanted to go there. Don't know.
Yeah.
But you need a committee of people to
Right.
Yeah.
to discuss this. We can't decide this now.
So we went to a convention in Louisville, the ABA, and that's where the Kentucky Derby is.
Right.
Right.
We go to Churchill Downs.
And they had us go on a tour of Churchill Downs, and then they had a company set up, and we made our hats.
Oh.
You can go see the Kentucky Derby, but you can't go at that time, that's
That's
No.
crazy, yeah.
super expensive, but it's still how I've been in the hat that I made at Churchill Downs.
And you can eat at Churchill Downs. I mean, I've been there. I'm not for Kentucky Derby, but I took my mom, we went to Louisville a couple, a long time ago.
I've been to the Derby.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, we went to a nice bourbon, distillery.
Well, I've never been there, but maybe we should
I
talk
think
to
it-
James Hilton. If he likes to want to go.
So, you want where y'all? Yeah, I missed that one. Do where, which place? So, have we decided we're probably gonna go ahead and go to Louisville? Oh, she did. Okay. Where's the what?
I just checked high of 50. Right now, the 20. It says 46 and 50.
That's not-
Not much snow, like a 36% chance of.
Yeah, that's not bad. I mean, Louisville. It's been a long time since I've been here.
I will check, I have a friend who used to be with the Chamber of Commerce in Louisville.
No.
That's who
Oh,
got married,
really?
that's who got married, and we went to a wedding
Yeah.
there. And they put on this whole thing and we did a tour of, the race course and
Yeah.
everything. even though
Great
there were no
ideas,
races
yeah.
going on this place. And we did a tour in Lexington of the,
Well,
of a,
You're on the committee.
You're on the
yeah,
committee.
so when do we make the committee? At our meeting or?
Yeah, we'll do it at the board meeting tomorrow. We'll
Form a committee and then
we'll form a
decide,
committee.
and make suggestions online or something.
Yes.
Zoom is about to die.
Right, right. We're gonna have to plan
That's it.
ahead. We're talking about having. Yeah, exactly. That's right, exactly. Weddings. Okay, so we'll talk about that tomorrow and we can form a committee. All right, let's move on. The NCLA, they invited us again to join their program. For, she called me the other day, it was Diana Van Dyke called me and said she wanted, so us to invite all of our members to y'all's program. So I told her, oh, we could invite, so I told Noelle just to send it out to the membership. But I don't know if she did yet or not.
I'm sorry, about the,
Capital lawyers.
The book, yeah.
yeah, I got.
Did
Well,
Noelle
that's
send
my
that?
NCLA.
You got it from
membership.
NCLA. So I told Noelle, I said,
Yeah, they keep pushing it, but I would just,
okay.
I would
Yeah,
just.
we don't do it for other.
I know, see, that's why I wanted to talk to y'all about it, because I thought it's a nice invitation and the program seems very good. So,
She's looking for, it's all changed, and she's taken the bull by the horn, so to speak, and. Because I'm gonna be the president of this organization, I paid my dues. And
I would my Jews too.
I don't
Yeah.
wanna
Just
get-
So-
Yeah.
but
so,
there's friction.
This version.
so just be mindful, I guess, that I hope y'all don't mind, but she called me on the phone, she said, I'd like you to go ahead and invite everybody, if you could just send it to your membership, so of course I didn't want to say no.
Right?
And so I said,
Point out that we don't do this for any other
Yeah.
organization, any other organization.
so I'm gonna let Janet point that out to her whenever, the next time, because she's probably gonna keep asking.
Well, she called me because I'm involved in this village and I'm involved in.
Right.
the hospital. Can you present it to your widow person?
Oh.
Village,
So I told Noelle that, but I don't know if Noelle has sent it out yet or not, but I did tell Noelle.
Well, some members of this organization are members.
Right.
And so don't get your daughter.
Guess what, did they
yeah,
want?
I mean, there may be somebody who might be interested.
there was they're doing an online meeting, a Zoom meeting featuring a famous author, and she wanted to extend the invitation since it's Zoom to all of us. So I asked Noelle to go ahead and send out that email to everyone, but I don't know if Noelle has done it.
I haven't seen it.
I haven't,
Well, she hasn't done it. I haven't done it.
Yeah.
Cause
So-
it's rather like getting your whole directory to somebody
Yeah.
and then,
Yeah.
do you want to do that, you know?
Well, she's a pushy lady and she's.
It's pretty hard to say no.
I know, you don't,
But you could say to everybody that we don't,
Right.
we don't do it for other
We
groups.
did it that one time or two times, whatever, but.
We
that's
did it
not-
once and
And
now,
what she does, she reads books for authors.
That's
That's
right.
how she finds these people.
But it's something you have to feel obligated to do, and you
No.
want to tell her, we don't do this for our own service, we did it as a favor, however you want to say it.
you go back to our purpose in front of our roster,
We had a meeting where we had our,
it doesn't fit in the purpose.
no.
Well, and they have been notified by the Supreme Court to carry on with the essay contest.
They have.
And the court.
so y'all, I need to,
Contacted them, so I don't know, there's somebody who thinks we should not give that up. We were giving it up because of
Because we couldn't, the pandemic, it's a lot of work, schools weren't able to teach.
I would say they need to concentrate on that and not on.
I agree,
Right.
but
Well, whatever, we can talk about
so
it.
y'all, I don't know, I mean, I already told her, okay, we'll invite everybody.
Okay, well, then you should.
But do I need to go back and tell her no? I mean, I'm sorry I
No,
did that, but
just
she is a
no.
little bit pushy.
she
Did
is.
you get that?
Well, the next
Well, you're-
time, the
you're
next
not-
time she'll be.
So that's what I'm saying. Next time it'll be Janet.
Well, she's called me and said,
I'm
No,
president
no.
of my local, can I?
Yeah, well, yeah, that's it. Now, she has something.
I know,
We
y'all.
don't
I just,
promote
it's hard for me to say no sometimes. I'm sorry. Don't put that in the minutes.
it's just not our.
I mean, I was in the car driving to a funeral, trying to talk to her in the car, and she said, call me back, and I called her. And so I was kind of like, I just need to get through this conversation, and she was very nice. I mean, she
Oh, she will be.
was very,
That's really cool. I should ease.
Maybe you could just
She's
send
not my
out
best friend.
information, say, is anybody interested in this? You do it on your own.
yeah,
No, Zoom.
a Zoom. She said we can do it by Zoom. So, yeah. So anyway, I'm sorry about that. It's kind of done, but I think y'all are right. I think we need to just not
Draw the
get into
line.
this,
Draw the line.
set this precedent for, hey, I mean, it's nice to be invited. It's an invitation.
Yeah, but you have to
But-
accept every invitation.
Right. So that's, yeah, exactly. So,
We'll let it float away.
So basically, it might happen this time.
yeah, Noelle may send it out on our website, just as a blurb, hey, if you want to, but she's not gonna give out any of our emails. Noelle will not be giving out emails. She'll just send a blurb to membership. If you want to, contact Evelyn Albright,
Okay.
because Evelyn Albright is in that email.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
I hope that makes, okay, so anyway, let's move on. Okay, we already talked about National High School Mock Trial. Okay, insurance. I've had several people ask me, are we insured? Are we not insured? I contacted 4 different agencies and I still haven't been able to get an answer because I need more information, this information.
Insured for what?
Well, that's what we need to talk about.
The board of directors.
Board of Directors, we need D&O insurance, if we need premises liability insurance. Those are the main 2 that these companies
Well,
are.
we don't own our own building. We're in another facility and they have
Yeah, but
insurance.
501c can be sued for.
Yeah,
Discrimination.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah,
Really?
and people know it is, it's so litigious.
you're not immune from being sued.
Well, and like my sister had a function at a place. And they told her, you need to prove that you have insurance. And she's like, wait, I thought y'all are insured.
Yeah.
And her group had to prove they had insurance before they could meet.
And
And,
it's very expensive.
and it was like, I mean, premises liability insurance. They had to prove they had, but I don't really think we need enough in different, I mean. I don't know, y'all. So I'm also gonna propose, I do have information that I've got contacted for. I had one insurance agent tell me, I cannot believe y'all don't have insurance.
But insurance for what?
Maybe the.
For directors and or the DNO, directors and officers, so that somebody can't come to us and say, y'all discriminated against me, or you spent our money in a bad way. I don't think anyone would sue us, but I guess we need to be
You never
protected.
know.
So I contacted several, I have information, but I haven't been able to put it all together because I just didn't have time. It's a lot. Then you have to fill out all these
You have a
forms.
lot of stuff, yeah.
So I think we need to have an insurance committee to take a look at this. Because I do think, and we need to decide, do we want to
And I
do
think
it?
Virginia should be.
I think we need a lawyer on it.
I think we need a lawyer on that committee,
Yeah.
and personally, I think it would be good to have, maybe we do need to go and have DNO insurance, but do we have to have anything in additional insurance? And some people won't even insure us. One person I talked to said, we're not gonna insure you because you're a group of lawyers. And I said, we are not lawyers. I said, we are some.
Because they sue them. that's
Isn't
why.
that discrimination?
I said, we are not
The
all
whole thing
lawyers.
Sounds like an insurance scam to me. quite
So they didn't want to
It
even
is,
touch us.
Because I'm involved in our Palisades
Yes.
Village.
Yes.
And we have it because, we have a house tour. People have home insurance if there's a problem. But that, plaintiffs' attorneys bring in everybody with the deep
They
pockets.
sure do.
And so that's what would happen. So.
That's right.
to Cover your asses, they put it.
Yeah,
That's what
CYA.
they do.
Oh.
Okay, so I think we need a committee to look at this and see, okay, do we just need
Well, I
DNO? Do we
think,
need additional? But we do meet in other places, but we really don't go in people's homes. We usually meet at like,
Somebody's phone, yeah.
right, we're at like a restaurant or hotel. Well, would they cover us if somebody, would they give us, indemnify us where we wouldn't have to cover? These are things I don't know, and I just didn't have enough time to go into it.
You do.
I'm sorry, but I tried, and I do have 4 people that were working, that were giving me information, and I can pass that on. And one of them was your
You're
group.
looking for Directors and officers liability insurance, not any other kind of.
Well, we don't know if we need to get premises lot or anything else. I don't think we,
Local has insurance, but that's because we need to get small.
right.
Can our accountant help in any way? Do they?
No,
No.
that's insurance people who.
How about the national organization? Is there somebody above us that?
No, no, we're in.
Part of the American Bar. is that-
Somebody else had.
I don't know if we're part of the American Bar. I don't know if they would cover us. I don't think they would.
No, we're an affiliate.
We're an affiliate. And I did have someone from one of the other, this was one of the other organizations, the one in that, who was our Kathy Petting, that
Yes, it's Iowa.
she asked me if, because their local was asked that they needed insurance with them. And she goes, oh, well, I guess she thought we had it. So she goes, oh, I think we're covered under our national. And she contacted me and said, we don't have insurance. She goes, we don't? I said, no, but I don't think we could cover the affiliates anyway.
No, we can't.
Because we don't know what they do or where they go, or we
They're
can't.
not all 501c.
Exactly. So we can't cover the affiliates anyway. So I think if we get it, it needs to just be us.
All right.
And
No.
I think one of the quotes we got, I sent out, somebody did finally send us a quote, and I can look that up.
Was it thousands? of
$1,000, it was $1,000, wasn't it, a year?
I'm
So
not
not-
sure what it covered.
Sounds expensive.
Well,
I don't know what it covered either.
yeah, but I'll go back.
Committee, but I don't wanna make calls, but I'll evaluate policy.
That would be great.
Yeah, you could
Well,
evaluate.
Maybe make the calls maybe.
If
Sorry.
you get sued, they'll hire the lawyers and
Yeah.
pay the lawyers to represent you.
Well, like when we went to Austin and we were out at Mary Ellen's house, what if somebody there?
Well, yeah, so you're
Well,
right. We do
exactly
sometimes,
What we do with our house tour.
We do sometimes
People-
meet at house.
Houses who are on the tour have homeowners insurance, but we got the DNO just in case.
Well, homeowners insurance probably won't cover you if you're there for a professional organization.
Well, the people we contacted said it was okay. Cause we have a contract to sign with the homeowners and all that stuff.
Well, and every state might be different too.
yeah, every state's different, that's true. Yes.
What happened to Deborah? Deborah was the one that was said she had.
Yes, and I did contact that one, and I do have I do have,
Did Deborah ever get it in the end? She was looking.
Deborah has it for
I don't
her,
know.
her organization.
Yeah,
She gave me that name, and I do have their information. They replied back and wanted a lot of them need a lot of information from us, which I got from Sharon. So I did get that one quote, because I finally got, and then some people just don't respond. I'll respond and then they quit responding.
Well, and
So, but I do have Deborah's name.
I forwarded to you from. our
Yes, and I
CPA
contacted them. So I have like 4 or 5 that I've been in and out of contact with, so we just need to pick up the ball and finish. So,
Well, we've got attorneys, we've got Dominique. you can-
yeah, you and Dominique are both attorneys, so, yeah. So we can form a little insurance committee. That's what I'm proposing.
Well, somebody could call around and just get the quotes and then we could send them to Virginia.
Yeah.
to look at.
Yeah, and to get the quotes, it does
You have
take
to-
time. It does take time, because you have to fill out all this,
Well-
fill out all this stuff, and then they come back and they go, okay, I need this and this and this. And then they come back and they say this and this, and then they have to send it to their carrier, and then you get a quote. That's why I've only gotten 1 quote so
Oh,
far.
yeah,
So
It's a lot of work
it's
just
harder
to
to
get
get quotes than it used to be.
yeah.
Well, they kind of look at it and they probably say, oh, not interested, but they won't tell you.
Right.
It's really
Right,
annoying.
right. But that's why we
Well,
need a
insurance
committee.
companies are getting really picky about
They
what
are.
they cover.
Oh,
They
Because
are.
now they don't want to cover HOAs. They don't want to cover,
They,
we're having trouble with that
Really?
in Colorado. Yeah.
Okay, so we'll do a committee, we'll form a committee. How about that? We'll talk about that tomorrow. We'll get to form a
Get
committee.
people who be on the committee who know this stuff.
Who knows
Okay.
stuff.
Okay, I'm trying.
Okay, yeah.
We skipped over, how did we do that?
Oh, no,
My request for money.
I'm so sorry. Go ahead.
We'll always skip over my request for money.
My fault. That was my fault.
We'll talk to Patrick.
But anyway, no, the committee that we met earlier today, we decided we would like to have $2,500, to cover our expense, our sponsorship of the National High School Lunch Writing Competition in Wilmington in May of 2024. The committee approved that, and I need to go to the executive committee, who has first strings, I guess, and need approval for that. Is that
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Okay, so that's what I'm asking for.
2,500 plus 500.
500, possibly expenses just because if something comes up.
What did we spend this year of the 500? Do we have the 500?
This is the.
That's the 500.
Did it cost?
But we have
500
those
back?
for next year, so.
It's been 500,
Okay,
and we have it for next year, so we don't need it. So this would only be like an incidental if something, I don't know how, Noel paid for the brochures or any of that.
Yeah.
No, I.
it'd be brochures or something like that.
Right.
So we could say 2,500, the motion, we could say 2,500 for donation,
For the
plus up to
sponsorship.
500 for
And
incidents
yeah, that's what I would like to say. Now I need.
and marketing.
And marketing, yes, yes.
Okay.
So can the executive committee approve that or vote on it? How's that work?
We suggest it to the board, right?
Yeah,
I'm gonna suggest the board, but I have to get.
Yes.
executive approval, right?
yeah. So you have committee approval.
You could
The
make
board's
a
gonna recommendation, yeah,
to the board.
from the committee, or from
From
this,
the-
the executive committee, or no, from.
Well,
long
it's from
range
your
planning.
committee, but if
Long
we
range
approve it, then
planning.
it could be from us.
So do we need to vote on it, or do we just all say we approve
Yeah, you can just.
unanimously?
Okay,
We approve.
We approve.
We approve.
good.
So it's approved unanimously that we take it to.
So then it's submitted by executive board.
Yeah, and we'll take
And
it to the
doesn't
board
need
tomorrow for a
first, it
vote,
just needs a vote then.
for vote tomorrow.
Yeah.
And they can vote, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay,
Okay,
anything else?
I do not know why I had C in here. That must have been from an old,
Yeah, I don't know.
that must have been from an old agenda.
So we're not doing that.
Are we going to make justice? I think we decided, didn't we talk about it was too difficult to get information on people now and to make them honorary members?
I know, see,
We decided against that.
2005 is
We decided
Congress
against it.
president, And
It's
that's
a
why I made that motion.
controversial subject.
Yes.
We should
It's-
forget
Yeah.
about it.
Yeah, that's what I think.
Totally.
I agree. I think I must have got that
Your
from an
whole
old.
business from these minutes.
Exactly.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
So we don't
Because
need
we
to
already
talk
make
about
our,
this
we already make our toy winners, they're all honorary members, and we're good with that, but not the justice ones. Okay. Anything else we need to talk about before we,
Are we gonna take that to the membership then?
we're gonna take, no, that, ignore C on there, because we've
Okay.
already decided that. That was back from a while back. I must have had that from an old.
Yeah.
So is anything else we need to talk about that we want to bring up tomorrow at the board meeting? Or anything else we need to discuss? This was quite a meeting, y'all.
Yeah, Zoom's just about dead.
Okay. So tomorrow, we meet at 9 o'clock in this room for our board meeting.
Grab your coffee.
then we
and
have
roll at the
lunch.
market.
Yeah, grab your coffee, whatever. Then we have lunch at Ponte tomorrow
Oh, right. Where is that?
at the art museum.
Denver Art Museum.
And in your folder, you have everything that you should need. It's got the agenda
Right.
and it's got the schedule. So you should have everything you need.
We got it.
Yeah, I don't think so. I think the restaurant is separate. That is we can ask Joette tonight, but I'm pretty sure it's separate. So all of us are going tonight, right?
Yep.
So we'll meet in the lobby at 6:30
6:30.
and then whoever wants to walk, yeah, or whoever wants to Zoom.
Zoom
Or wants
yourself,
to
Zoom yourself to the meeting, yeah.
drive.
See you guys tonight.
Virginia, thank you. See ya. Okay, so I'm gonna make copies of this. Sharon, I'll make copies of this for tomorrow. Yeah, I'm gonna, if anybody else needs, do we need it all, right? I have 3 pages.
Okay.
Do you want them stapled or not stapled?
It doesn't need to be sticky.
Okay, I'm gonna make copies of this for tomorrow. So, is there anything else that someone needs me to copy for tomorrow?
Wilton.
I
to
said
16, and then down. Right, Gilman Place.
Okay, that's
Okay.
I'll be back. Okay, come on back.
Got it.
Was there anything else I was supposed to copy for someone tomorrow besides this?
I'm gonna update my
Oh, that's right.
report.
You're gonna update,
Yeah.
and then what we need to do is we'll just go downstairs and let them print one off, and then I'll take it on the.
Okay.
So we can do that, now, I guess.
Well, no, I gotta update it first.
Oh, yeah, update it first,
Yeah.
and, update it first. How many copies do you think we need? Can we share?
Yeah, we can
Because
share.
the hotel will actually,
I know they're both.
I'm not gonna ask them to make all these copies,
Yeah.
but if you go down there in the front desk and ask them to print, you send them an email, they'll actually make like 10 copies for us.
They don't charge you?
No, there's the computer.
And there's also a computer down there that you might be able to log on and just do it.
Yeah, it's like.
Well, they don't have my software on there.
That's true. So but the front desk will make copies for you.
Okay.
If you just go down to the front desk.
Do you have their,
And they'll give you, whoever you talk to, they each have their own, like it's their name at clientgrant.com. So whoever you talk to down there will do
Okay.
it.
then I'll find out. I'll go to them now and find out, and then I'll send it to them.
There you go.
Yeah,
Yeah, just send it to them and ask them if they can make 10 copies. We can share.
we can share
Yeah.
because it's color and, you know,
Oh, that's color. Oh, I didn't ask them to make color copies.
well, I'll just ask them to copy. It doesn't have to be color.
Okay,
It's color in my report, but that doesn't mean they have to print. it.
right. Cause we can leave stuff here, y'all.
You can leave our name tags here. Good.
I'm
No,
leaving
not
my name.
these, not these, but these.
But, yeah, but I don't wanna leave the stuff in the hall, so I think we can